I said if I don't come, UKG is going to. I'm going to dream about UKG. I said if I don't come here, I'm going to dream about it. So I had to run off. Tell them I had something to do. So I came here. Yeah, I've missed you guys.
Yeah.
Like United, the break. So we also took a break. We have been bored, but like you said, lots of personal stuff to deal with. Sometimes you have to go back, refresh and rewind, and come back and give you guys hot. So it's good to be back. It's good to be here, UKG.
Yeah, same from this end as well. Been busy. I've been trying so hard to at least try to put out a video per day, but it's tough, especially when there's no games and all the rumors you're seeing are all just rumors, like they are unfounded, right? So but it's good to be here, it's good to be back, it's good to be with you guys, and it's good to be on this big debate, so
it's been long. As you can see, I've grown older. I've grown older. You know that meme of the skeleton on the bench, like waiting for something to happen. That's me waiting for United to play again. But we are still waiting for two guys to join. We're still waiting for Kimi, and we are still waiting for Fred United. I've also asked someone like Awesome to join, but he's saying, I'm currently not home at the moment. I'll join the next time, sir. That's okay. We want to have as much as possible in terms of the panel. So guys, before we continue, just know that this stream is also live on KC React's YouTube channel. It's also live on United Talks YouTube channel. Make sure you also give them a subscribe. You hit that like button, as well as post some comments. So today we are going to have discussions regarding United's rebuild. The rebuild is here. It's only around 8-9 weeks to go until the season ends. Of course, manager, we don't know what's going to happen in that front. We've had rumors of players every other day, every other week, as Paul, that is United Talks, has mentioned. I hope I've gotten the name right. It's Paul.
Yeah.
I have an issue with names. Funny thing, before actually went live, we were discussing with the gents here, the gentlemen here, and I told them, men, we have an issue. We can have discussions, we can be friends with other men, but we don't know their names. And it happens. So I'm also seeing my browser is lagging. My browser is lagging a bit, so I might jump onto another browser just to make sure that everything is working. But as I'm doing that, United Talks, what's going on in terms of United's rebuild? Is it manager first or player first?
So, from my perspective, I think it should be manager first. We need to decide on who the manager is first before we now start talking about the rebuild. But right now, there is already an issue, right? There's an issue on ground, and the issue is we are trying to make decisions for players when we don't even know who the manager is. I did a long video yesterday talking about Diomande. And I talked about him, and I was like trying to figure out how he's going to like fit in this United, team and everything. And I was like trying to understand what does it mean for us as a United fan base. What do we expect from him, from the club, from the board? And I just ended up kind of coming to a conclusion within myself that, you know what, we cannot make a decision about any player without knowing who the manager is. Yes, you can be able to say, these are the archetypes of players that we need. Right now, we have tried to build a team around a certain style of play, and then we sold all the wingers at the club. Now we want to go back to that style of play, so we need to recruit wingers. So that has been the bigger issue here, and that is what we need to kind of like come to terms with. Okay, are we sticking with Carrick? Because I've started to see a lot of people turn their heads, and they've started to say, you know what, I'm going to be with Carrick. It's going to be Carrick due to certain factors like, if we get another manager, they're going to have to start to build from scratch. They're going to have to start trying to bring in new players to fit their specific style of play. If you're bringing a German manager like Julian Nagelsmann, then you're going to be doing like a gegenpress and all of that. So all of these things are factors. So when I see any news that says Man United, like yesterday or 2 days ago, as Fabrizio Romano, or no, it was Indicala that said that Man United have lodged a bid for Jan Diomande, and I'm like, Man United don't even have the money to do that. We don't even have a manager. And what are the chances that if we get a new manager, Jan Diomande will fit into that? So those are the issues.
Yeah.
Then there's also the issue of finances. Excuse me, which is another big one, where I did an analysis on the finances, and I'm like, United cannot go for a player that's 100 million. That's going to be really tough to deal with. You can't just come and say Miner is going to go for a player that's 100 million. No, we can't, because we don't have the finances to fund that. You might say United have 100 million or 200 million pound war chest. That's actually 200 million pounds credit, right?
Yeah.
That we're taking, and we're going to use it to do an amortization kind of transfer. And we're still owing 102 million that we need to pay by the end of the year. So it's like there's a whole lot going on, a lot of moving pieces that just makes me decide, you know what, United can't sign any player unless we decide who the manager is. And if we decide who the manager is, then we can now start thinking, okay, these are the kind of players that Man United will sign to fit this manager's philosophy. So yeah, the rebuild is in a bit of I think it's kind of dependent on the manager. That's the final take on all of this.
Casey, what do you think? Manager first or players first?
Yeah, I agree with United talks. But I want to look at it even if we get players first. I think even the kind of players we are going to end up with will determine the kind of manager we are going to finally get, because that means it's still linked. Because I said, like he said, if we get Diomande, now while we are clamoring for Diomande because he was going to play that the way Ahmad was doing it on the right, he was going to do the same thing on the left. Now, if we end up with Carrick, there's no way you got to be playing Diomande 3. You know, you can't go and play him 3 because he won't even want to play there. Which is the same thing that Semenyo looked at, and according to him, that he chose Man City over Manchester United. So I think yes, it all comes down to the manager we are going to get. You know, but even if we like, let's say maybe for example, Newcastle goes to I wanted to say Newcastle goes to relegation. For example, let's say I don't remember it can't be possible. Just because of
you're just going to receive some mad attacks right now.
Yeah. Now, because of some of their players, I just wanted to winch them. But I just said that you too. So let's say West Ham goes and Matthias Fernandes comes on the cheap. We won't have to wait. We might not wait for manager to get him. But going for him, we give us an idea of the kind of manager that we will eventually end up with. Because if this board wants to rebuild this window, we will know how serious they are. Now, if they go back and start doing what they did with Amorim, what they do with Amorim, that means they're not serious. You understand? Yeah. If you are signing players, sign players that will fit into whatever type of projects that you want to do. Right now, we don't even know the projects that we want to do now. That's why that's why everybody's saying stick with. Most people are now saying stick with Carrick because it is the known thing. Nobody likes too much change. It is what we know. It's what we are comfortable with. You understand? Nobody wants to. That change is scary sometimes. It's weird and scary sometimes. So that's why everybody's saying stick with Carrick. Stick with Carrick. Yes, he has been. I told somebody, in as much as we can, we'll give Carrick the stick. On paper, he's doing amazingly well. On paper, he's doing amazingly well. But we'll see how it goes. Whether we get manager first or ideally we should be getting manager first. But even if we sign player based on availability I believe by now we should have been talking to some managers. Like we should have a plan. That's what a big team does. By now they say Guardiola might leave. You're already hearing Maresca is coming to that. It's not like they are doing this thing, looking everywhere. They will have what they want to do, their next plan. and they're already looking towards implementing it. So that's what United should be looking towards to manager players. But even if you get players, make sure you are getting those players, bearing in mind the kind of manager that will make those players effective for the team.
Yeah. So today I did a lot of digging. I haven't been online. I told you guys in our group chat that I haven't been online a lot following United news. So I decided before the show, let me be prepared like any other reasonable podcaster. Let me be prepared and actually check out what has been going on since I was last live. And there was a lot that didn't make sense.
Facts.
And one thing that I realized is there is no talk, not so much about a manager, the next manager. And that's a bit scary because it seems like the board has already said that it's going to be Carrick. It's just that they are not putting it out in public. Because you look at, for example, De Zerbi is off the list. He's gone to Tottenham. Facts. You look at Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique, to me, I've always insisted and I've always had that thought that Luis Enrique is using United, or his agency is using the United name to get a new improved contract at PSG. Because we know if you dig deeper, there is a reason why Luis Enrique does not want to renew the PSG deal. He's been given a new deal, he's saying no. And actually, when you dig, it's more or less to do with support. He needs certain players to be sold. He needs certain players to be bought. He's not happy about PSG's running in terms of financial aspects of giving players huge contracts or being asked to play certain players so that they can be sold. He's not happy about certain players being sold. So to me, the Luis Enrique news somehow doesn't look concrete. The other thing is you look at Nagelsmann. Yes, there are shouts about Julian Nagelsmann, but the problem is we'd have to wait until the end of World Cup. And looking at how Germany are playing, they might go on to probably quarters, semi-finals. So that means that United need to be prepared. And United talks, one of the things I noticed while perusing the news online is that United have decided not to do an out-of-Europe tour. They are doing a European tour for preseason.
They started preseason already. Like the list is out. Where they're going to play, who is going to play, everything is all done.
Is all done. So, is it in preparation in the event that they don't get a manager before preseason, or is it to do also with reducing costs?
I think it's the cost. It's the cost issues because when we analyze the finances, because I recently analyzed the finances ending December 2025, because the next one is going to end. They're going to analyze the next one by like maybe the beginning of next season. Then we'll analyze the finances ending March. So ending December 2025, we saw that Man United had they were running. So in summary of the whole of the finances, Man United is running a lean business while owing a lot of money. So they're running a lean business, and it looks like they're making profits within, but on the surface, we're making losses, and we are owing money. So first, we're still owing amortization fees for even players that have been sold.
Yeah.
So just for context, just to give like the viewers an understanding of amortization, is more of spreading a player's contract across the length of the player's contract. Do you understand? Start spreading the player's cost across the length of the player's contract. For example, when I wanted to sign Mateus Cunha, and then his release clause was £62.5 million. And then Man United decided to say, you know what, we're going to give him a 3.5-year contract, and we're going to pay 20 million a year. That is what happened. And that's amortization. You spread the player's cost across. Now we didn't factor in player salary, of that. So these are the things. So United looks like they are building something. United looks like they are running a lean business, firing 450 people and all of that from the outside. But from the inside, there's some trouble. We're owing 192 million by the end of the year. For amortized deals for players like Anthony that has been sold. You can imagine, right?
Yeah.
Rasmus Holland is going to leave at the end of the season. We're owing money for those two as well. Rasmus, who else is going to go? And then we're having issues with Onana is going to go. We're having issues with Marcus Rashford and the Barcelona situation, where they don't feel like they want to pay again. They want to negotiate another 1-year loan. I mean, who does that? So these are the issues that we have on ground that is actually making it so difficult to be able to understand United finances, and that's the thing. So it's it's tough, but I can understand the reason why they did that. They did it because they wanted to limit travel to the US because it's super expensive. Yes, you might make money, but you also lose money first before you make the money, right? So that's the thing. And then I think part of also what made them not to go to the US is because of the situation with the World Cup. World Cup in North America. So the World Cup will just be rounding off, and then it won't take 2 or 3 weeks preseason starts. So it's going to be really, really difficult to do that. So they have to just stick to doing it in Europe. So
true. Tanje FC is here. Hey man, how are you, Tanje?
Hi, good evening from here. Good evening, everyone. United Talk, KC, I see you. Good evening, the host. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, welcome. It's Tanje's first time in the UKG Big
Welcome
Debate.
to the big debate.
Big debate. So Tanje, I'll be honest with you. This debate is brutal.
No, I can vouch for Tanje on this one. Tanje is ready. He's ready for this types of debate.
That's why I'm not telling him so that he's afraid. I'm telling him so that he's free to speak his mind. So in the big debate, we don't hide, we don't filter. So let me read some of the comments from Osam. Osam says, I don't trust Manchester United's board. They will only give fans a false hope, but at the end of the day, they will do what they have been wanting to do. Even the Athletics is pushing a narrative for Carrick. They released an article 2 days ago. And I actually read that article. And Casey and Tanji, I'll pull you in on this. Casey, you remember a few weeks ago or 2-3 months ago, I said that Carrick is benefiting from Amorim's work, and I got hammered online.
Yeah.
United Talks, you can attest to that. You saw the comments on that video. Do you know, actually, if you read the Athletic article, I just want to pull a paragraph about exactly what I said about Carrick benefiting from Amorim, and number 2, it is not sustainable. Where is it? Where is that paragraph? So one of the things that was written in this article is United's average distance when pressing has fallen from 43.1 meters to 41.8 meters. This raw figure does not sound much like a difference, but the shift is a lot starker when compared to the rest of the league. Now, Carrick has adopted a more direct approach compared to Amorim, but the difference is only 0.3 in terms of distance covered. Now, when it comes to distance covered, Manchester United were 4th on the league. Arsenal were 1st, Man City 2nd, Brighton 3rd, Man United 4th. But now under Carrick, United are 11th in terms of distance covered. Now, under Carrick, United are playing fewer crosses compared to Amorim. However, when United are attacking, Luke Shaw goes into the defense to become the defensive third, while Dalot pushes forward to become a midfield 4, and Ahmad pushes forward to become an attacking 3. So Tanje, let me start with Tanje because he hasn't spoken. What has Carrick done differently from Amorim? Because based on this article, Carrick has only made a few tweaks, and apparently he's winning, and Amorim couldn't win with the same system.
Okay, it is quite interesting.
We're laughing because I and Casey, you know what happened.
Yeah, it is quite interesting because I used to say something. We all know the truth, and the fan base choose to believe what suits them, suits their narrative. Anytime you come out critically and bring out the truth that this is what is happening, it is not different. It's just that it is what you are seeing on paper. When you look at it critically, yes, we might not be having that kind of amount of touches, because if you look at Carrick football and Amorim football, Amorim does a possession attacking football, but Carrick does the more of the transition. You get, for Amorim, we do the more of the high press to make sure we get the ball and quick in transition. Recently on Vertical Podcast Friday show, somebody was saying Amorim played with 2 midfielders. I was like, what is this person watching? He played with a box midfield. He played with 4. And I say that when Carrick started his first matches, you can go back and watch it. Don't look at the formation on paper. Look at the roles that is being played in the game. He played a 4 midfield too. He played a box midfield in the person of Shaw, Maguire, and Martinez being the theory, and Dalot moving forward. So you now want to say, who are the box midfielder? We have the Cunha, we have the Maino, we have the Bruno, and we have the Casemiro. They form the 4 box midfield. United talk, if you could remember vividly, in the game of Tottenham that we played, Cunha was leaving his wing like it was vacant. He was drifting more to the midfield, because the instruction that was given in that game that was for Cunha to be on more of on the winger, but he's a 10, he's a central midfielder. He was drifting where Shaw was operating in that place. The next game, Carrick twisted it. We started playing with a triangle midfield. That is when you could see that the whole intensity, the whole idea dropped. Now to your question, the whole difference there is, like I used to say something, that if Carrick had met the squad or met the United that Ruben Amorim met, we will not come out here be saying that you should get the job. He met a sustainable United. He met a United that has gone through refinements, that somebody has taken his time to do the job. Then you can, it's all good. Like I used to say, their mission is two different things. One person is to just steer the ship. He can do whatsoever to him. Like I just stated, he played a midfield a box midfield when he started. Then when you see that he could not really understand the rudiment, he switched to triangle midfield. You get, that is what an interim manager would do. But a manager that is building, that has a project, that knows what he's doing, that has a like a goal or where he's going, will stick to it and see that everybody understand the rudiment, and come rain, we can twist the formation in the field of play. So this whole allegation that Carrick enjoying Ruben Amorim, yes, he is enjoying it, and it's just the truth. But when you tell the truth to people, it's just that for the fact that they dislike this man so much, none of us that are here that are talking on this podcast are linked to him as family or as friends. But we are just seeing what we saw on the field of play, and we are analyzing it as good analysis that we have. So you get, so it's not to suit a narrative, it's not to suit an agenda, it's just the truth over. And that's my comment on that.
Yeah. So Casey, listen to this. Based on Tanji's points, very good points. This is the article. We are just responding to Awesome's comments. The article says, under Carrick, spells of possession have been longer and more intricate. United are stringing together more passes of 10 sequences or more at higher frequency. 12.2 under Carrick, up from 9.7 under Amorim. Now listen to this. More of the ball usually involves trade-offs. Longer possessions are broadly, if always, aligned to slower tempo. You remember, as fans, you are saying that under Carrick, the ball is moving slower. The game is moving slower. Yeah. However, Pep Guardiola was successful with Man City with a similar example. Interestingly enough, though, the data suggests that United are playing at almost same speed as they were previously under Amorim. Now, Amorim moved the ball faster, more direct play at the start of the season, and that tempo has barely dipped under Carrick, going from 1.84 meters per second to 1.83 meters per second. KC, a lot of fans were saying that Amorim did not play direct style of play, the United way. The United talk said United way, and one of the United ways is playing direct football. Now, in line with Carrick, Amorim, and the next manager, who should United be looking for? Someone who plays direct football, or someone who will come and completely change what we are currently seeing?
That's what we are saying earlier. If we want to stick with what is comfortable, or whether we want a change. Now, when we sacked Amorim, I don't think United want any change, any maybe sustained or long time. Because if not, we wouldn't have sacked him. Now, I think they just want a manager that should just come and get results. That's probably that. So any manager we are signing now should be given 2 years contract or 1 year. That's why I'm thinking that they might actually keep Carrick. One, to make the fans happy, in case they don't sign the players that, because Awesome said he doesn't trust this board. They just to keep the fans happy, keep especially the English fans. He's their English boy. He's a Manchester United boy, So probably, but Carrick is doing well. He's doing well, and results is the result is leaning towards him being given the manager's role. So anything we are going to do, the whether it's direct kind of football or possession or quick transition, we just need to be winning. One of the things I had against Amorim is, yes, I understand that I understand what he was trying to do very, very well. I was a big supporter of him. But you might have a good philosophy and good ideas. You actually need a little bit of results to back it up. Yeah. And those results we are not forthcoming. They were not forthcoming as now. Some of us understood, okay, because you need to, we understood what we saw other things apart from the results, saw other things that he was doing in the team. United Talk said about refining, about the mentality. Now, one of the most important things he did in the team is that we are not just dependent on Bruno. Now, these days, if Bruno doesn't play, now we have gone back to if Bruno doesn't play, Manchester United will not play. Then you could see Bournemouth scoring, Cunha scoring, Casemiro scoring, Ahmad scoring. Everybody was scoring. These days is just 70 minutes. We might not do anything. Then Bruno will get one idea. Then something will happen. This is our football now. Yeah. We are doing it. Remember when we are doing it live? Our watch along. We were just screaming, pass the ball to Bruno. Yes, that's what we are doing. That corner kick. You even said, okay, this is going to be a goal. Bruno.
Yeah.
So that was one thing and why he was doing that is that so that we can have life after Bruno. So that we can have life. It would have been easier to transition a player, like we can get any other player that will come in and continue into what he was trying to do. But now, if Bruno leaves, or he won't even leave, he won't leave. I don't think he's going to leave, because if he leaves, he won't be replaced easily. Amorim was like any player can be like a system. Any player, you can remove any player, put in another player. This team will still be functioning. So whatever team, any direction of football we are going to get. I think why people were saying the United way became popular is because we are not winning. If we are winning, nobody will be shouting. People don't even know United way. That's just an agenda that just came up because we are losing our man. Yes, now people don't. There's nothing like they don't know United style of football. They just brought that in because we are not winning. So they try to use something. They look for what to use against Amorim. Okay, let's use this thing. United is not playing. If Amorim is losing match, when Amorim start losing now, sorry, if Carrick, I need to remove Amorim from my mouth. When Carrick starts losing, I don't want him to lose, but assuming he was losing, you will still see this United way. This United, they will look for one United something and target that he's not doing this United thing. That's why we are actually not winning. But like any manager we are getting, we should ask ourselves: are we going to rebuild? Are we rebuilding or just quick success? And that will now determine the kind of players. If we answer that question, we can even know the kind of manager we are going to get, the kind of players we are going to get, the kind of football we are going to play, the kind of football, because all those things borderline. If you are going to go with, getting like maybe you say we want to win FA Cup or have a target of cups that we want to win next season, then we'll just get one of these managers that will work with what you have. Then sign players that can get us instant results. So it doesn't matter the type of football. Whether direct, all we need is all those Ancelotti kind of coach that we just stand after the match, we just get our 3 points. That's all we need. So if we want to rebuild, we work towards that. If we don't want to rebuild, so all those things we work together. If we answer a certain question Then we'll now answer what kind of football we want to play, possession, direct, transition, anyone. Then we'll answer, okay, which coach can actually help us manage this type of football that United want to play. Then which players will be effective in this type of football. So that we need to answer that question.
True,
so that's that.
True. Yeah, United talks. I'm looking at the list here from the Athletic. They are saying United have a priority of midfielders, 2 of them, possibly a third midfielder, depending on what happens with Ugarte. If Ugarte is sold, United might end up getting a third midfielder, whether it's a purchase or it's going for academy players like Jim Thwaites, like Jack Fletcher, or going for Kone. And then, of course, part of that midfield rebuild is Kobe Mainoo's rotational body. I want you to have note of that. A 6th attacker. We've seen reports of a left winger. Luke Shaw's eventual successor, and some elements competition. So looking at that list, you are looking at 6 players. You've already mentioned that the finances are very, very tricky for United. United, as much as they are showing that they are operating at a profit, but being realistic, they need player sales. So now my question to you is this. United haven't locked down a manager. United don't really know or haven't relayed information to us as fans through the media of the sort of playing styles they want to go for. For example, Luis Enrique's playing style is very different from Carrick's, is very different from Nagelsmann.
Yep.
So why are we seeing all this confusion in terms of who the manager is to be? Because as you've said, they might go for Nagelsmann. Then Nagelsmann says, no, actually, I need Ugarte. But United need to sell Ugarte to fund another transfer. Yeah. So as a fan, as a Manchester United fan, what should we expect? Because it's very confusing. It's very, very confusing. United don't have a style of play yet. Fans want a certain style of play in terms of United way. We look at the managers out there who can really come in, other than Carrick, to play that sort of football.
So, with regards to style of play, it's a huge conundrum, basically, for me, because I'm thinking about it and I'm like, what's the next best thing that we can get? Now, we start from the signings, then we get to the manager. If we go, like, based on what I've seen online, based on the analysis, we need at least 3 midfielders, right? And like you said, you mentioned Kobe Mainoo's body, like Kobe Mainoo's someone that complements Kobe Mainoo. A lot of United fans are seeing stuff like they're talking about players like Sandro Tonali. These are the names that are Sandro Tonali, Adam Wharton, Carlos Baleba, Elliot Anderson. Right? Yesterday I saw something on João Gomez. Then I also saw something on Matheus Fernandes, right? But let's mention these 3 or these 4. Carlos Baleba, Sandro Tonali, Adam Wharton, and Elliot Anderson. Of all these 4 players I've mentioned, only one player is potentially Kobe's body, but that player is out of form, and that's Carlos Baleba. Of all these 4 players, 3 of them are central midfielders, right? So what do we want? That's the question, because you're looking for a player that can replace Casemiro. We were also looking for a player that can replace Christian Eriksen, but he's not been replaced, right?
Yeah.
Now, what are we doing? What do we want to do? People are saying, oh, we should go for Sandro Tonali. But Sandro Tonali is not a defensive midfielder.
No.
You're getting a 25-year-old who is coming to the peak of his powers, and you want to entirely change his style of play. You want to just change his profile. If you're going to bring Sandro Tonali to come and back up or to come and be Kobe Mainoo's guy, like the defensive midfielder that we need. So that is already a conundrum in its own. I'm seeing a lot of talk about Angelo Stiller. I'm seeing many other names. I curated a list of about maybe 20 players that are proven that Man United should be going for or would be going for, that will be linked with Man United. I created that list and I'm just walking through the list one by one, and eventually we'll have conversations with fans like you guys, to talk about these individual players. But to talk about the defense, they mentioned Yan Diomande. There was something crucial that Casey said. Now, we don't want to sign Yan Diomande to come and become a left back. No, Diomande is an attacker. Yes, albeit he started as a left back, but he's an attacker. Then we're also in for another attacker in Iliman Njai. I did a video about that. Iliman Njai is not like your very high-scoring, high-volume player, but he's a tricky winger that can play on that left. So if we get Iliman Njai or we get Diomande, that means Cunha is going to be one of the strikers. And then you're going to let go of maybe Xerxes. Or we have Xerxes as squad player if Xerxes wants to stay. That also gives us an option on the right because Ahmad could be given a run for his position. We go back to left back. Left back is where we have the issue. We have only Dogu right now. Yes, we also have the young lad from Paraguay,
Diego Leon.
Diogo Leon. He has still not really picked up. It seems as he came to England, his footballing intensity dropped. Then you also have Harry Amas. I was going to do a video on Harry Amas, like where's Harry Amas right now? Because Harry Amas is supposed to be that Luke Shaw kind of protege. But Harry Amas is not in the team. He's not even in the periphery of the first team. Apparently, he's been injured for the longest time. Then in the goalkeeping department, Atabande is definitely going to a Turkish club. That one is going to happen. He's also going to the World Cup. That's for facts. But he's also definitely going to a Turkish club. He's in his 20s, so he's still got time. Then we have a player in Bristol City called Radek Vitek. The guy is good. I listed him as one of the players I think Man United should bring back to give St. Lawrence a run for his position. Because we're going to have a load of games to play. I know we have the Eli Harrison in the academy and all of those players, but we have loads of games to play. And United fans have not seen, I don't know, maybe they're not seeing what we're seeing based on the fact that they're not seeing that what lies ahead is humongous for us as fans. We need players. And for us to be linked with wingers, it means that Man United is not facing their priority. We need midfielders desperately. Casey talked about certain teams going on relegation and we getting their players. We can go and get Wolves' two midfielders, João Gomez and Andre, and they can be our options. We can go and get Matheus Fernandes. These are players that we need to get cheaper options, right? Yep. West Ham are currently playing. I think they are playing penalties right now, and this is a team. Well, Leeds are leading them 4-2, or the game is done. This is a team that is basically go on the brink of going to the semi-final of the FA Cup, right? So these are teams we need to be hearing things like this is what I expect Man United to be doing. We need to be hearing things like pre-contract agreements by now.
Yeah,
hearing things like, oh, Man United have had conversations with this player. Like when I was going to sign Cunha, it just took an Amorim touch on the back of Cunha's head, and that was it. Right? Yeah. We just saw that picture, and everybody started saying the rumors started swirling, and the next thing, Man United signed Cunha. So we need that, right? People, Casey mentioned Semenyo. Semenyo could have been a good. I think also Tanjay mentioned Semenyo could have been a good addition, but a good addition at what cost? When we have multiple players that can play the same position. If you're talking about right winger, Ahmad and Bumo, that's depth already for you there. Talking about left winger, then you now start having issues, right? We don't have a left wing. Absolutely. Cunha for me is a 10 or a forward. We don't have a left. So we have so many gaping holes that we need to refill in the squad. And the rebuild is not a thing of, oh, we need to spend 200 million on one player. No. Let's spread the money across our signed players. We need to be here with contract agreements by now. Like 7 weeks to the end of the league, man. Like, this is April. May. The league is ending in May, bro. Next month. So we need to be hearing stuff like the contract agreement. Last season, we heard Cunha already. Towards the end of the season, we already heard Cunha.
Yeah.
And Cunha's one just wrapped up at the end of the season. The next thing we tell you was Mbumo. It was Mbumo's one that dragged on for long. But while those ones were happening, we were signing players. We were doing things in the market. We're not hearing that. It's absolutely silent. And then on the club's social media, you're seeing live streams of old games, highlights, and all. We need players. We also need a player that is like Bruno, that can do that Bruno role. So that when Bruno is not available, when Bruno needs a rest, we bring him in.
Yeah.
And that is the Elliot Anderson I'm talking about, but people keep calling him a defensive midfielder, central. In fact, I saw a whole video where somebody said Elliot Anderson and Bruno and Menu worked perfectly. Bro, you guys, exactly.
I agree.
You guys need to look at. Forget about. I said this.
Is it United People's TV that posted that? I saw that video.
Bro,
did you guys watch my analysis of the midfield targets? Where I said,
I saw that.
Yeah, on paper it looks like Anderson and Kobe can work, but I ended up saying that Bruno Guimaraes and Kobe will be the perfect pairing because
that can work. That can work.
Yes.
I can agree with that. Guimaraes you can tell him to be a defensive midfielder and you do it. He's been doing it. But you need to look at the midfield dynamics of Newcastle. Everybody is a central midfielder in that midfield. And everybody defends at the same time. If Bruno and Tonali goes up, Joelinton must definitely stay back. If Joelinton and Tonali goes up, Bruno Guimaraes must stay back. If Guimaraes stays back, Joelinton and Tonali are up front. But Tonali is not your kind of player that will stay in one place. Tonali runs around the whole field. Check his heat map, you see. Elliot Anderson. I was so annoyed when I saw stats on in that Japan game. Elliot Anderson had over 100 passes. 113. Bro. And he played as the attacking midfielder. Kobe Menu, who is supposed to be the dictator of the team, is having. I'm seeing pass accuracy 95%. How many passes? Look at Elliot Anderson.
United talks. You did not have to hit. Most of the passes Kobe Menu had were side passes. The heat map
that's why my head is blowing. That's why
none of the passes were progressive. Elliot Anderson's passes were breaking the line. Was going to the hearts of Japan. None of his passes were progressive.
So when you look at that, you look at his running stats, you look at the touches in the opposition box. Elliot Anderson had 4 touches in the opposition box, yet he's supposed to be our defensive midfielder. Kobe had 0. So
he was not found in the box. He was not in the box.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say, in effect, I'm not trying to hate on anybody or trying to hate on a Man United player. We are setting Kobe up to fail. Unfortunately, this is not something that most people like to hear. We are setting Kobe up to fail. If Kobe has a horrendous World Cup, it will not be the same for him when he comes back. Ask Jadon Sancho. He hasn't recovered from that Euros or something where the
Euros. Yes.
Saka has not been the same. Let's not kid ourselves here.
Yeah.
Right. So
let me read something here. Sorry to cut short. In September 2025, this is from the Athletic, New York Times. The Athletic, they're saying, in September 2025, Ruben Amorim was asked about where he believed Kobe Mainoo could improve if he wished to work in his version of United. So Ruben Amorim said, quote unquote, Kobe Mainoo is really good at controlling the game, but if he plays as a number 8 box-to-box player, he has to reach the box, returning back, that is tracking back, and sometimes he has to cover a lot of space with just 2, said the then United head coach. Bruno is doing that job, and then sometimes it's bad luck. Kobe Mainoo could play as a number 6, that is defensive midfielder, but sometimes he passes the ball and goes away and is not a reference as a 6. So we have to balance everything. I think he needs to have technical ability that he has, but he needs more pace. And you remember that Japan goal, Kobe Mainoo was slow at tracking back.
Can I shock you? Who lost the ball? It was Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Do you know that Cole Palmer still outran Kobe to the box?
Oh, man. I saw it.
Bro. So when you think about all of that, like, why are we trying to set this player up to fail? That's my own question. Yeah. Like, I said this before the Grimsby Town game. I said, with the pressure we're putting on Kobe Mainoo, if he gets a stinker, he's not going to recover from it. And he didn't help himself. And people say, oh, he was the best player in the Grimsby Town game. The entire team that played the first half were crap.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
So now listen to this. Listen to this. The 20-year-old in 2026 is a different physical prospect from the player who made his starting Premier League debut at Goodison Park in November 2023. But he is unlikely to develop the sort of athleticism and straight-line speed of Anderson Rice or indeed James Garner, who replaced him in the 71st minute against Japan. Against Japan, there were moments where he attempted to progress play with line-breaking passes or long balls out towards the wings. However, his passing over longer distances currently lacks the precision of United teammates Fernandes and Casemiro. Jorginho and Yuri Tillemans are two recent examples of midfielders who have used their excellent passing range to compensate for their lack of explosive speed when playing for a top half Premier League team. If Mainu is to be a long-term starter for United, let me read it again. If Mainu is to be a long-term starter for a United side with eventual trophy-winning aspirations, he will have to improve his progressive passing similarly. A stronger grasp of defensive positioning, which admittedly improved under Amorim, would also make a partnership with Anderson or any other prospective defensive midfielder a more compelling package. So, based on that, United Talks, let me just ask you to hold your thoughts, and I pull Tanjay on this. Based on that paragraph, a stronger grasp of defensive positioning would also make a partnership with Anderson or any other prospective defensive midfielder a more compelling package. So it seems that when United are going out for midfielders, they have to look for midfielders that will compensate, as United Talks is saying, not expose Kobe.
Why do we have to do that? Why? Why do we have to sign midfielders for a player?
I said, you remember, you remember on, was it Awesome's Life? I was saying that, why can't we get Ugarte? Is Ugarte not a human being? Let's get players that can compete with Ugarte.
Let's get a player for Ugarte.
I've said it, is Ugarte not a human being?
Yes.
You need to get players that will compensate.
Ugarte is 24. Let's get a player to compensate him. We've not gotten players to compensate Bruno. We've not gotten players to compensate Ugarte. Oh my days, man! Continue what you're saying.
Before I joined this podcast, I was editing my video that I was supposed to post tomorrow morning, and that video is all about Ugarte, saying that Ugarte is more of a pivot than Kobe Mino. It's just true. And we are having the topic now. It's not a coincidence because we are all looking at it in the direction. This boy, it is not a pivot, and that is the mistake we are making as a fan. In the process at which Kobe Mino needed to develop, the media, the fan base, were all agitating, did not allow this boy to even take up those words from his manager that you should work up. And at that point, he was working. You could see him in the gym, doing extra training curriculum for himself. You could see that he knows that he needs to improve. But at that point, that it's all outbursts that his brother started saying free Mino and all. Then you feel like, oh, I think I'm good. Let me throw that off the bus and let me just do whatever they want me to do. Now, he's playing as a pivot. Now, as an analyst as I am, I will watch the game. I know the quality this boy can bring, but I will watch the game and judge him based on the role of the role he's playing in the game. I will not judge him based on what Kobe Mino can offer. Okay, you are playing as, for example, you are playing as a left back. I will join you based on what a left back should do in a game. Okay, you are fan watching here, and every time you come out to bring this analysis out, which is true, people will like, are you actually watching Kobe Mino at all? He might have some great touches, he might have flair, but because you all want him to play, and the only position that is available for him to play is a pivot. Because in a certain kind of system of Eric Ten Hag that he had his breakout, Eric Ten Hag was playing 2-10. And most of the fan base does not even know. We'll just see information on paper. We think that is what is happening. He was playing 2-10, and Kobe was one of the 10, and he was doing well. In a certain kind of way, when Ubenamo played Kobe as a 6, he played him as a 8, he played him as a 10, he played him as a 9. Most of the game that he did well, he played well. When he played as a 9, he scored a goal. He played as a 10, he did well until injury comes, and for a long time, then Casemiro came back and he started dragging his place. And the manager look at it. The only person you can fight position with is Bruno, because it's never a coincidence, because he know that you are good offensively. And when you say this thing to the fans, they'll be like, let him just play. When he play, he is costing us a lot. And we can see this. And this news around trying to buy midfielder to pair him, it doesn't sit well with me. If you have Emmanuel Ugarte that is a ball chaser, that is a destroyer, yes, it might not be good with progressiveness, but you need somebody to break those interception passes. That is the kind of job Ugarte does. And he is more suited for a pivot position than Kobe Mino. That is just my own, the way I understand football and understand.
Sorry to interrupt you guys. Going through my YouTube channel, I saw something, because you see, people see football differently, right? People analyze the game differently. And I did a video, I did an analysis that don't let the fourth mob ratings deceive you. If you watch with the eye test and you compare the stats, you will know that Anderson is more a Bruno and a CM than a Kobe or a DM. This guy comes and says,
on that note, also let me just jump in, then you continue. Okay. When I did that analysis, I said I actually did a table of all midfielders, all targets plus Casemiro and Ugarte. Do you know that Ugarte was on top? He was in the 97th percentile as a CDM. And that's stats. I got those stats from, what is it called? FBref. FBref, basically, they are like one of the major platforms for analysis, and then these other guys get stats from there. But the eye test is different. The eye test
tells a different story. So this guy comes in, I did the full analysis, and I kind of, when you want to start an analysis, you start from like the historical before you get to the main point. And this guy comes and says, Amorim is gone. We all wanted him to succeed, but he did not. Worst United manager in my lifetime. How long have you been watching football for you to be able to say he's the worst United manager? But it's all good. He says, does not change the fact that I wanted him to succeed, but what he has done to this fan base and how we discuss our players, I've never seen nothing like this ever. Do we not discuss our players? Have we not been discussing worse about our players than before Amorim? Then he says, you watched that game with your eyes, and you mentioned Kobe was run through multiple times in the midfield. Was Kobe not run through multiple times in the game against Japan?
He was.
Okay. He now says, good thing YouTube has a feature where I can choose to never see your channel again. Thank you. The truth is, most my United fans don't understand that we don't hate Kobe. We just don't like what the media is doing to the club. We don't like what Kobe is doing to himself. Trust me. The pressure is what you guys, you know what? Maybe UKG, maybe when you're editing and you get to this point, mark this next 10 seconds. The next couple of months will determine if Kobe is good enough for Man United or not. We will see it. It will be very clear and glaring. But should I tell you another thing that will happen? Most United fans will not agree because Kobe is the best in their eyes.
Star boy.
So, guys, just for you guys, just for context, I don't hate Kobe. I want Kobe to do well. I just wasn't impressed with how he handled things when he had issues. Other players, go ahead.
Yeah, listen to this. Both men, that is Anderson and Kobe Mino, typically play on the left of central midfield for their Premier League clubs. If United were to make a move for Anderson, some time on the training field would be needed to prevent the two from stepping in each other's toes. Anderson and Mino have the potential when they play close to each other, which is a problem. And it was a problem versus Japan. Kobe was close to Anderson. But if they stand too closely, they could make it easier for opponents to play through them.
Exactly.
Admittedly.
I said it in my video, literally.
You said it all. You said it all. And when you bring to people notice, they don't understand it.
Oh. These are not my words. Just go to The Athletic, look for that article about Kobe Mino and Anderson. It's done by Carl Anka. It was posted today, April 5th.
Kalanka annoys me a lot, but let's keep it going.
Admittedly, 70 minutes in the international friendly is not a large enough sample size to change any of United's potential transfer plans for the summer. Did Anderson and Mino work in that midfield pairing for England? Sort of. Will it work for United next season? That's a question best answered by the coaching staff and recruitment team. And this is why I'm frustrated, guys. This is why I'm frustrated. The reason as to why I actually took a day off. I decided that day I'm not working to do that analysis video of the midfield targets. I didn't do Joe Gomez. I didn't do Stiller. I just picked Premier League experienced players. And I did basically combinations. Which ones would work with Kobe Mainu? Funny enough, the best midfield combination based on stats was Kobe Mainu and Ugarte. Because Ugarte can cover ground, Ugarte can tackle, and then he gives Kobe Mainu to play the ball. But now, where the problem comes in is here. Kobe Mainu's movement is not good enough to become a box-to-box. Most of the time, he's unavailable for the pass. Most of the time, he's unavailable to create play. He likes playing closer to players. So if he's playing closer to Ugarte, it means that both of them will leave a gap in midfield. So what happens? You have to either use Bruno Fernandes to drop deep to become a midfield triangle. Okay? Now, I went to Elliot Anderson. I highlighted the same issue. I said, Elliot Anderson is someone who loves to play with the ball. He loves to pop up everywhere. And you guys saw it, in fact, in the Japan game. So if you have Kobe Mainu and you have Elliot Anderson, who both love playing with the ball, then it means defensive responsibilities, they won't be there. Then we came to Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes can do a good job CDM, can be a box-to-box, can be a number 10. But now, looking at all those permutations, looking at all those combinations, I come back and I ask the same question I asked last time. And someone on TikTok, you remember that they said, I hate Kobe Mainu. I came back and I asked, is it a must for this midfield to have Kobe Mainu as a starter, or should United just go for midfielders that know they can work? Because Kobe Mainu is 20. By the time he's getting 24, 25, he can learn of someone.
He can be the pearl of our time. He can be the pearl of our time. Doesn't need pace, just improve. We've talked about this on Vertical Football Podcast, where we talked about that Kobe needs to demand for the ball the more. He needs to be the first receiver. Because he's good in intricate passing, he's press resistant. So he can break play, can dribble within smaller spaces. But he needs to do that more. That's what we want. We want him to do it more. We don't want him to just be a passenger. And I said this, and that's what triggered the fan. And truth is, I don't care about you if I'm triggering you by saying what the truth is, that's fine. He needs to demand the ball more. He needs to do a lot of work. All the things that Amorim said he needs to work on is actually what he needs to work on. We might win 2, 3, 4, 5 games, and Kobe will be a passenger. The ratings and the apps will give him a 8.0, 6.0, 7.0, 7.5. That's fine. But the eye test tells you against Everton, was it Everton? West Ham. That game started so slowly, so lethargic. I was trying to understand, why is Kobe running like that? Like, does he have an injury? Is he tired? Same thing against Everton. Yes, albeit we won that game, but that game started so slowly. Why are we starting slowly? Like, trust me, when you look at Elliot Anderson, like you just mentioned, he's all over the place.
Yeah.
Right? You check his heat map, compare it to one of Bruno's best games, is similar. Elliot Anderson has more chances created than Kobe Mainu. Yet he's supposed to be the DM. They forget that it is Sangare that is their DM in that Nottingham Forest team. What about Elliot? What about what's his name? Adam Wharton.
Yeah.
Do you know how Japan was able to nullify England's midfield? Kamada. But Kamada plays alongside Adam Wharton, and he's the defensive midfielder. He does dirty jobs. Check, he's the one that gets the most yellow cards because he's the one that does all the tackling. Adam Wharton is a CM. They want to pair Adam Wharton with Kobe. How does that work?
It's good into Casey. Premium 26, bigger premium is asking, but who says Kobe is going to be an assured starter if you're bringing in at least 2 midfielders? Wasn't could be one of the sticking points to have the previous manager sacked because he's not playing games and he's not starting.
Yeah.
Premium.
So
premium,
if United are going to sign 2 players to start, Kobe is on the bench, then the next manager is not winning. Let's assume it's Carrick. For the sake of the discussion, let's assume it's Carrick. He has gotten Tonali, he has gotten Anderson. He decides to play both and Kobe is not playing as much. Then he starts losing matches. Won't the same fans come back, Casey, and start saying the star boy needs to start playing?
Yeah. He's going to repeat himself again. On this channel, we've said it in one of the debates that all this clamor for Kobe Meno, when we sign good midfielders, hope the fans will be okay with him starting from the bench. We've said it here. Of course, he's definitely going to start from the bench. And it's not a problem. Him starting from the bench is actually not a problem. Sometimes Doku starts from the bench. Cheki sometimes starts from the bench. This is one of the of playing for a big club. If I play for Real Madrid, Martinelli starts from the bench sometimes. Trossard, the same thing. These are at least these players are okay players. I won't say the best, but they are okay players. And so in some teams they must start. But if you are playing for a big team, except you are Mbappe or you should know the kind of level you are before you are a guaranteed starter. And even if you are a guaranteed starter and you start from the bench, it's okay. It's okay. Football is made up of more than 11 players. All you need is a player that can, get the team the desired goal, which is the 3 points. But the problem with Kobe Meno is that whenever you say something like you say, this guy needs to cross the ball more. That's a problem. Now, he just made this statement. Now it becomes a problem. You don't like this guy. What? How? I just said he needs to cross the ball more. I just said he needs to cross the ball more. You're saying I don't like him. Somebody actually banned me from saying anything Kobe Meno.
You know why I'm laughing? Why I'm laughing is because I literally had a fight online with someone because of Kobe.
He
really insulted me because of Kobe.
I think that my guy.
Same here. I had
United Talks. Do you know what I discovered with that is that you are analyzing based on a manager or an analyst that you are. You've told this guy to play a certain kind of role, and when you come out to say he has had a bad game, you are analyzing based on that context that it's not a bad player, but based on what I watched, based on the instruction that was given to him in this game, he has not done justice in that department. You get, but you might want to look at it overall, because there are 2 ways to look at a player and judge a player in the game. You might want to give him overall. Okay, he's a good player. He has some great touches. He can control the ball. He has good movement. Now let's go to the department you are in the game. How did you do? And when you came out today, I think I was the only one that understood your statement that day. Every other person, and it has helped my analysis. So when I'm trying to
literally fought me. It's like, how can you say Kobe had a bad? How can you say Kobe had a bad game? Like, the guy said it, and I'm like, well, a player can have a bad game. It's okay to have a bad game. It's okay.
Yeah.
The most important thing is, how do you pick yourself up from that bad game? How do you improve? It's okay. No issues, man. But he says, no, you can't say that. The language was, you are making all the work that he's put in to be useless. How?
You know what, guys? I'll say this, and guys, I'm not scared of saying or speaking my mind. United fans have a way of being egotistic.
Facts.
It's like whatever I say goes. We don't have a forum where, for example, Casey and I, we have differences in terms of how we debate. For example, during a game, I would say, for example, Maguire is not having a good game. Casey will look at me and say, are we watching the same game? And we are in the same watch along,
Yeah.
So it has come to a point where United fans, and I keep saying it's like, if you're not with me, you are against me.
Yeah.
Opinions don't matter anymore. So and we've gotten to a point where when guys see, let's say, an influential person or someone say that Kobbie Mainoo is having a good game, they don't want even to dig for themselves. They don't want to find out, actually even use their own logic. Like you did. You watch the game. Tanjay has said a very valid point. Based on the role he's been given, it's not about touches. It's not about passes. It's about, has he fulfilled what he was set out to do? Number two, criticizing a player based on his performance is what football fans do, is what analysts do. We are not criticizing Kobbie Mainoo as a person. In fact, none of us has gone so much deep into how he handled the situation of him not playing. We are criticizing his performance. We haven't spoken about his brother, what he did. We haven't spoken about him, what he did. We are speaking about his performance, for example, versus Japan, for example, versus West Ham. And it's a valid point. There are games where we come out and we say, Bruno Fernandes did not perform or Casemiro has not performed. So at the end of the day, what pisses me off with United fans is it's so sentimental, it's so emotional. You can't argue with facts, you argue with emotions. And if you mention a certain name, it's like you either hate them or love them. To a point where xenophobia has been there, racism has been there. Someone, like, personally, I've had guys who've even brought in my mom to a football discussion. I'm like, where does my mom come into this? So anyway,
does your mom play football?
She does not play football. In fact, if you ask my mom right now, players that play for Manchester United, she'll probably say Rooney, because she still asks me whether Rooney still plays for United, or whether Cristiano still plays for United. So at the end of the day, as fans, you are allowed to express yourself. It's a free world. It's a free country where you are. It's online. You can have an avatar. But if we point out something, can you at least use your brain cells to go and investigate for yourself? Don't just see, for example, United Talks or KC or let's say Awesome have said that Kobbie is a great player, then you agree with them. No, use your own brain to actually check for yourself. Use your brain to actually check for yourself whether, for example, Elliot Anderson will be a great signing. Like I'm seeing at the article here by Carl Anker and Lowry Whitwell, United want to sign 2 midfielders for 70 million. And then you find someone goes and says, we hate this board because they are not signing Elliot Anderson for 100 million. It's a rebuild. United Talks just said, in a rebuild, you don't spend 150 million on one player. You spend that 150 million on 3 players. But anyway, awesome. Karibu sana. Welcome to the big debate. Awesome. I appreciate you, brother. He usually invites me to his lives. And yeah, welcome. So I'll just throw the question to Awesome. United want to sign a replacement, or not a replacement, a second left back and a second striker. Lowry Whitwell is saying that United might end up going for an experienced striker, and they might go for someone to replace Luke Shaw. So based on your analysis, based on your opinion, should United go, number one, for an experienced striker, and number two, should they trust academy players like Harry Amas, or should they go for another left back?
Good evening, everyone. KC, United Talks, Tanjay, and UKG. And to be very honest, all these narratives that is being thrown to their trusted journalists, I don't believe any of this until I see it happen. And they actually have to do it like 3 seasons straight before I can believe. Because in my own opinion, you are actually trying to like have all this kind of rebuild in the summer. What happens to January transfer market? Like, you have to have some sort of pre-contract agreement with players, then let them come in the summer. We saw Liverpool, a serious club that has actually identified their problem. They know the center back is their main problem. Like Van Dijk is 34 years old, and Konate has not been that consistent. I think within the past 2 months he has been able to find his rhythm. And United will tell me that they want to bring in at least maybe 5 or 6 players in this summer, and we have 192 million pounds due to amortization when the season ends. I don't see all this happening, and to be very honest, I'll still say it. We tend to like ride on the media narrative so much in this fan base, and it's going to be affecting us so much. But seeing them saying they want to go for a left back, I don't know how many left back they can actually get for less than 50 million pounds in this current dispensation that we have. An experienced striker will not cost them less than 70 million pounds, to be very honest. And I will continue to say it. If you want to know the actual business Manchester United will do in the transfer window, the way it will go, they will first push out the financial statements. Whenever you see the financial statement, you should know that there are limitations to how far they are going to go. But I don't see them doing all this. And I've said it about 3 months ago. I said Manchester United will actually play with a whole lot of academy players this coming season, because that is the trajectory, that is the way the club is going right now.
But so, according to Lowry Whitwell at the Athletic, is there is the thought of Danny Welbeck returning 12 years after his move to Arsenal.
Are we going?
Where is that coming from?
Are we?
It's the Athletic, credible journalists. Yeah.
This is one of those things
back. I'm confused. Are we going back?
They will push the narrative and sit and watch our reaction. If we receive it positively, they might. Don't be surprised. You see where we're coming back to United. It depends on how people receive the news.
Welbeck coming to United. Like, I'm not opposed to it, but I'm just like, are we going forward or we're going backward? Like, we love in as much. Let me tell you, my United fans love Danny Welbeck. I love Danny Welbeck. I felt like he wasn't given a fair chance at United, and he had an injury-ridden career. But then eventually he picked himself up. He went to Arsenal as well. Didn't play at all, and then he's now doing so well at Brighton. But I think we need to kind of move on, man. Like, experienced striker. Welbeck scoring goals, no doubt. He's prem proven. But is it to come and I can see the sense in it, in him coming to be as an academic graduate. He can help Tesco and all of that. But apart from that, what's the rationale for getting
apparently there is also something else.
Let me back up United talks. If you are letting Casemiro of 34-year-old, we are letting him go, then what is the rationality behind it? What is the sense behind it? Bringing in a
34-year-old
Danny Welbeck.
Awesome. I think that is not enough.
And we keep forgetting the Chido.
I think that is not enough. Okay, let me say it makes sense to want Welbeck back now. Why not Jamie Vardy when he was free? Why not the whole people?
Why cannot Cavaloon? Yeah. I mean, you just mentioned someone here, Chido Obi.
Yeah.
And I also have my own gripe with that guy as well. I have my own gripe with him because anybody that thinks he's it and thinks that he can fit into the first team whenever he pleases, I have my gripe because I've watched Chido Obi for the last 3 years, and I can tell you for a fact that guy is not ready for first team. We saw it evidently last season. He's not ready. If he's never ready for first team next season, you can bring him in the cup games and stuff. That's why you've not seen him this season. He's not ready. And for him to be ready, he has to calm down. He has to bring his head down. He has to, you see his shoulder, he needs to bring his shoulder down. and play. I saw a news the other day. I can't remember who put that news out, and he said Chido Obi has stepped back from first team activities. Is he the one that stepped back from first team activities, or did not allow him to come into the first team? He stepped back from first team activities to focus on this and that. Like, what is this? It's a narrative they're trying to push. I saw a training video by the Seedorf guys that trains top players, and I'm like, this guy is good. But at the end of the day, he's all potential. He is not ready for the first team at all. There's a huge gap between where he is and the first team.
Yeah. Let me read some comments before we proceed. A couple of comments on TikTok. Desire is saying, have you seen the issue of Rashford? Right now, Barcelona consider the deal off. Tanjay, what do you think about Rashford? Or Tanjay is not there. Let me ask Casey.
Yeah.
Okay, on Rashford, I actually wanted to ask a question about it before I give my take. Because I was trying to follow up on his loan issue and all. Hasn't Barcelona, I did not back behind the loan deal or buy clause. Has it not elapsed? I just need to be updated on that news.
No, I think the buy option, obviously, like I just quickly checked online, there's conflicting reports regarding the permanent move. Some suggest that Barcelona's 30 million euros buy option expired in March without being activated. Others indicate a deadline of June 15, 2026, so it remains in place. So there's a conflicting report on that one. And then Barcelona is reportedly interested in a permanent deal, but may seek to negotiate a lower fee. That's the news I heard. They may seek to negotiate a lower fee or another loan. This one I heard from a Barcelona fan. He told me that they are looking for another loan, which Manchester United is expected to reject. And I saw a news, I think I released that video last week, saying that Man United would be happy to welcome Rashford back if Barcelona refused to sign him. And then Cunha came out to say he would gladly give Rashford back his number 10 jersey if he sees that Rashford is going to be working hard for the team. Like,
because the reason why
what do you think?
The reason why
it's okay, Tanjay. It's okay, Tanjay. Yeah.
So the reason why the question is because of the same thing United Talk just read. I've been seeing different news about it, about the deal elapsing, that the deal stopping at June and all. So I don't know which is which. But that aside, Rashford coming back to Manchester United, I think it's just about bringing back that old disease that you flush out and bringing it. He himself, the boy himself understood, because if you watch the interview he did while he was at Barcelona, saying that he wants to restructure, talking about, he was trying to talk out the management that we are not ready for it. You get, so somebody that has that kind of mentality and understanding, why do you want to go back on your words? Because a certain kind of manager have up to you things that you've been trying to do for years. He assured that this boy does not have the attitude. Yes, the true born Manchester United player and everything, but the kind of attitude he's giving, and it's not his fault. It's still based on management. Things not working, and at some point we are human. We are all human. But you get tired. You get bored of it. I feel like I can't kill myself for this. I need to move somewhere conducive for me to play the football I want to play and offer more. So bringing him back is just that you're setting a trap for him. I feel if we are bringing him back to Manchester United, he's not even to play. It's just to market and make money off him, because the kind of performance that Rashford is putting right now, I think his value should have increased. And the kind of performance is also giving for England. And mind you, World Cup is around the corner. United can cash out big on Rashford if we actually play that.
I think Tanjay, what you're just saying. Yeah, we can hear you. I think Tanjay, what you said is actually valid. The World Cup would determine what direction Man United take with regards to Rashford. If Barcelona refuse to pay the 30 million euros that we're offering them for that player, then there's a likelihood if England even just get to the quarterfinal alone, and Michael Carrick has put in like 4 or 5 goals and maybe like 2 assists in all of this, then there's a high chance that Man United want him back to be able to resell him, right, for a higher fee.
So is that what you're saying, that if he does well in the World Cup, like let's say for example, England should get to the semi-final, quarter-final, and he's he plays a very vital role in that whole journey. So Manchester United can. We are not United, but we know the way these boards work. Might want to give him a stay in the team to play with them. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I think is going to happen. It's not like what I'm agreeing with.
Okay. Right? I get your points now. I get your point now.
Because look at the guy. He's 25, 26.
Let's look at it in this direction. I think no matter what he does in that World Cup, I still feel he doesn't have a place in United.
Oh yeah, facts.
Based on my opinion, because based on the attitude, based on the behavior you've given, it shows that, like I said earlier, I understand because the board are fought and going up, going down with their decision and how they've been running the club. So it gets tiring for the player. And he's out on loan. He specifically said that he wants greater challenges. So Manchester United
challenging himself at Paris La Liga. So
So I'm hearing news about him getting his number 10 jersey back. Then what will that say on Cunha?
No, Cunha said he would give. Cunha said he would give. He'll be open to give the 10 jersey back. But that
United talk. You play football. You play. You know where I'm going. You play football. I play football. You understand how this thing works. You know that especially that number 10 jersey, every footballer wants to wear that jersey, wants to wear that number. Especially if you have an idol. If everybody wants to wear it, and you just tell him that Cunha will singularly allow Rashford to come and take it back. Nah, I think that will bring that conflict back to the dressing room. It's not a good idea. Just for me.
Yeah. Okay, Casey. Tanje, United talks. Let me unmute Osam and ask him. Osam, unmute yourself. I just want you to answer yes or no so that I involve Casey. So United talks has said don't bring Rashford back. Tanje vehemently has said hell no, don't bring Rashford back. Just yes or no. Would you want Rashford back? Just yes or no before I no. So for you to know.
Zera is fast.
Okay. Casey, what are these three guys saying? I want Rashford back. I mean, another star boy. Why not have another star boy?
Yeah. I mean, if you can have one star boy, why not two?
Why not two?
Yes. Oh my God!
But whether he's coming back or not, I think if I was Omar Berrada or these guys, I would have brought him back since. Not to come and join the team. You know, United is a big club. I don't like what Barcelona is doing with us. Like today, they will say we heard this news, conflicting news. We are signing, we are not signing. At least Manchester United is bigger than all that kind of rubbish. If you don't want this player, bring it back. If it's Chelsea will bring him back. Then put him in Fida's team. Or he will not play the first team, but they will bring him back from that place. He won't play the first team. Then they will just tell him you want the salary, right? We'll be paying the salary. Gonna be training with team B or team C or whatever. No, but you're still not going to be a part of the first team. Tanje said something important. It's going to be if we want to really rebuild, you know, if it goes, it should be going. You know, we might love Rashford and the idea of him coming back to play for United, you know. But if we really want to rebuild, any player that is not in United right now should just be going. You know, but business-wise, he should come back. If Baka is not signing him, he should come back. I mean, he has not been playing so bad. He has not been playing bad for Baka. And with the World Cup coming up, like everybody said, it's going to be a big investment money-wise for Manchester United. But for the team, it's going to be like a cancer, you know, that we have caught up that is trying to come back. So we'll check the one that is more beneficial to the team. Do we make business-wise or for the team? And nobody should collect that number 10 jersey from Cunha. That one, he said that it's just political talk. He doesn't, he doesn't want English fans' problem.
I agree with you, but like is there? Well, what I'll say is the news is not as credible, right?
Yeah,
because where you see it is on Facebook, so you just know it's not as credible.
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, but it is said that he said so, and all of the references all ties back to Facebook. So there's nothing really like huge on that where you say I'm just saying it, right? But then when you look at it, Barcelona should just give us our 26 million pounds. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
There's too much drama already. He cooked Valverde in a friendly, and we did not hear the last of it.
Yeah.
Just one dribble past Valverde when Valverde tried to slide, and they were like, "Oh, Rashford cooked Valverde. He's cooked him in La Liga, and now he's cooking him again in the." Let him go, man. We love Rashford,
yeah,
but in as much as we love him, we can easily move on. There's so many players we moved on from. We moved on from David Beckham, for crying out loud, guys. Come on.
Now, awesome.
Sorry,
Nira.
Another narrative they are trying to bring is we are looking at Diomande, we're looking at Ndiaye for the left wing. Now we cannot say we don't have money. Let's leave those people. Bring back Rashford. He will play from the left. You know, that's the narrative that try to play for. So we'll save our money. Don't need to sign any left winger. Rashford will do that.
Yeah, Premium is telling me, Premium 26 on TikTok is telling me, UKG, my brother, you just talked about us not always just going by whatever we read and hear. Well, it's true. I always say, check sources. Like you've had United Talk say, he's done research to a point that he's found that story about taking back the shirt goes all the way back to Facebook. Then you leave it at that. So the article I've just read, I think he was mentioning about Danny Welbeck coming back to the club. They were referring to last summer when United were interested in bringing Danny Welbeck when United were looking for a striker. Now Nira says this is too awesome. Nira says on TikTok, I heard Jim wanted to sell some senior players like Rashford included because of their high wages. So Rashford is on 275k a week, I believe. Sancho is on 325k, I believe, or similar to Rashford. Yeah. Casemiro, I think, is also on high wages.
Around 350.
Yes. So awesome. When we are thinking about bringing players like Rashford back, giving Casemiro a contract extension, which he said, guys, I already told you I'm leaving.
Done.
So which one should set precedence? Keeping a player because he was once good, or as United Talks has said, moving on? Because I mean, saving 275k a week and spending it on another player is a good investment, whether Rashford is 26 million or not.
Yeah, I think letting them go is the best thing, and we've seen the way they've been able to balance the books. When Ratcliffe was loaned out, Sandro was loaned out also. Then letting Casemiro go will be the best thing to do. And if you listen to Casemiro's interview, he was the one that actually broke the news before the board, because it was actually looking like they don't want to offer him a contract. So he needs to let them know as soon as possible. And this is one of the reasons why I will continue to say United board doesn't really have a concrete plan. You know, you are not going to offer him a contract extension, or you are not going to trigger that 1 year extension. Then do something in January transfer window. Right now, as I'm talking to you, Atletico Madrid has agreed partner term with Ederson, and Ederson will be going for 35 to 40 million euros. That is not even up to 30 million pounds. What happens when you strike a pre-contract agreement with a player like that? Gallagher went to Tottenham, less than 30 million. And every time we tend to talk about these things, and I still feel like the kind of courage 90% of the fan base have in these owners, I'm still baffled because you can't keep repeating the same process.
Yeah.
The same process every time, then you expect different results. It doesn't happen. Like I used to tell people, my own content is unfiltered. I don't tell you what you want to know. I'll tell you I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you the real facts. It's either you bear it or you just walk away. It is not rational to keep any of these players. And I will tell you what actually contributed to this Rashford saga. Rashford sold himself out without interviews. There was a particular thing he said. He said Barcelona is his dream club. He wants to play there. And that is the main reason they kept on beating around the bush. Because they know his heart is there. And they can actually do whatever they want. They know the player will have to decide at the end of the day. True. So let them go. And let us start picking up our losses and building with it. It is brick by bricks.
Yeah. So Premium is saying that the thing that's working against United in the Rashford situation is that everyone knows United wants to sell. So everyone will want to buy him at the cheapest price they can. Well, what I would say is it's life. It's life. I mean, if you guys, let me use United Talks. If United Talks wants to sell his jersey, someone will come and say, I'll give you £2 for it. Then United Talks, when he says, no, give me £50, they'll be like, but you want to sell him. You want to sell it, sorry. You want to sell it. So I'm going to offer you £2 for it. So Rashford, in my view, United undervalued Rashford. They undervalued Rashford because they wanted to get rid of him quickly. The season was starting. Amorim didn't want to keep him. The club didn't want to keep him because of high wages. So what do? You bend over backwards to give a very, very good deal to the club that wants him. As Osam has said, Rashford was pushing for a move to Barcelona. There are other clubs that wanted Rashford, if you guys remember the reports. Clubs like AC Milan wanted Rashford. There are many clubs that wanted to buy him, but Rashford said, no, I want to play for Barcelona. It's my dream club. So now United had to come up with a very good deal for Barcelona, thinking that his value will not rise. In my opinion, Rashford's value in the buy obligation, there is no way Rashford will have been cheaper than Rasmus Højlund, guys. It doesn't make sense. Whether we talk about amortization, whether we talk about current value, there is no way Rasmus Højlund can be £46 million and then Rashford is 20 million less. It doesn't make sense. So I agree with all of you. I was just joking in terms of bringing him back. But there are players that are still at United. We are not having discussions with them that should have been sold long time ago. One of them is Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw should have been sold long time ago. Another player is Harry Maguire. The moment he hit his prime, he should have been sold. Okay, fine. He refused to go to West Ham. He was to be sold in the summer. He refused. But it's a player we should have sold. Now I'm seeing that we want to give him a new, or United, let me not say we, United want to give him a contract extension. A player past their prime. So one of the things that has brought United to this issue, these problems, is keeping players beyond their prime, beyond their expiry dates. And then in terms of replacing them, they either go for old players. For example, Anthony Martial was riddled with injuries. Instead of United investing good money in a striker, they went for who? Zlatan. It was Zlatan and Cavani. High wages, yeah. They say, oh, because they are free transfers, let's give them high wages, and then they don't proceed to get a long-term signing. So I agree with Osam, I agree with Tanje in terms of we can't really trust this board because we don't know what the plan is. We don't know what the plan is. United need at least 8 players. All we are seeing is 6. And we've just discussed about the midfield. It's like they want to sign someone to play with Kobe. But we all know Kobe is not ready. So how is United going to compete with the likes of Arsenal, City, Liverpool? Because Liverpool, trust me, next season there will be a very serious team to beat. Arne Slot, I don't Arne Slot surviving.
Tottenham. Now imagine Liverpool getting Xabi Alonso.
Yeah.
And they will just and he will come to the team with 2 of his players already in the team.
Yeah,
exactly. That is true. That is true.
Yeah. So it's like,
so and then these guys, plan?
will already have had experience in the Premier League, so they will understand the demands. And then he comes and he tries and implements his 3-4-3 system, and Liverpool could be a beast because all of them have the potential to be able to press. If you're looking for 10s, you already have your 10s in Gakpo, you have Verts. If you're looking for a striker, you have your Eketikes of this world. You're looking for wing backs, you already have your Frimpong and Kerkers. They can do that. They don't have to be saddled
for the pivot, for the 10th, he has McAllister, he has Bosley, he has
Gravenberch.
He has Endo.
So
he has different varieties.
Let's do 6 and 8 for them, not to analyze Liverpool. 6 and 8 for Liverpool. You have your Szoboszlai as your number 8, right? Then you have your either McAllister or Gravenberch. You can even turn Szoboszlai to your number 10, and Gravenberch and McAllister hold the 10, hold the 6 and 8.
Whichever works.
Yes.
The two works.
And then where they will now have to strengthen, which I don't put it past them to do it, is defense. They just need to get 2 players and it's done.
Yeah.
Then they'll sort out their goalie. They can even keep Mamadashvili, and they'll be next season with Pep on the brink of going. Speak.
It's difficult. You look at United. You look at, for example, Arsenal. They had a plan.
Oh yeah.
They got rid of their star players. They were very, very brutal. United fans are not ready for United being brutal.
Imagine
Aubameyang, Lacazette. Yeah, Berlin. You remember Berlin? He was among the top right backs.
Nicolas Pepe right now.
Yeah, Nicolas Pepe.
£87 million signing.
Yeah, so United fans are not ready for such a discussion. For example, I'm seeing Eddie saying Maguire is a good defender. I don't want United to have good defenders. I want United to have best-in-class defenders.
Best-in-class.
Yes. For example, we know Maguire has been good. No doubt about that. But in terms of United, Maguire is not a Vidic. Maguire is not a Ferdinand. Maguire is not even a Evans. Even Johnny Evans is better than Maguire. So I don't want United to go for good players. And that's why I'm worried. Because right now as fans, we are debating about going for relegation-based players. Oh, because we don't have money, let's go to Wolves and get fun. Let's go get Joao Gomez.
Let's go get Mosquera from Wolves.
I saw it today. I saw a post today. I don't know if any of us saw it. That Bruno is telling the United for his replacement that we should look out for Matheus Fernandes of West Ham.
I saw it.
You saw it too. Okay, I thought I was the only one. I saw that.
If we go for that Matheus Fernandes, we will most likely have replaced Bruno. Most likely. And I know why I said that, not to hype the player and all that. He's just 20 or 21 or something, or 22.
My question to you, sorry to cut you short. My question to you is this. Why is United negotiating? United is a top club. Why are we as fans negotiating for targets? You look at Real Madrid, they say we will take Mbappe next season. And everyone knows it is going to happen. They say we are going for Leny Yoro. Everyone is sure Leny Yoro will go to Real Madrid. Lo and behold, you are shocked. Oh, Leny Yoro rejected Madrid for United. And everyone, I can tell you, every United fan, if not all, many United fans, when you ask them, they'll tell you Leny Yoro will end up in Real Madrid. You look at Man City targets Semenyo, they get him. But for United, it's like, well, we don't have money. It's like we are trying to wiggle around.
Guys, let's not sleep on Matheus Fernandes. Let's not sleep on. I'm ready. I have a script already.
That boy is a prospect. He's a
for now. He's still 21. I'm screaming because he's 21. Literally. Let's not sleep on this guy. I'm so excited for him because he's played 2,399 minutes this season. Just recently played for West Ham today. He's played 31 games in total. He scored 3 goals. His average rating on FotMob is 7.2. And he's still 21. And he's prem proven. He played for Southampton 46 games in 2024. And then he was sold to West Ham and he's played 31 so far. Let's not sleep on this guy. He's in the top 75% of defenders with high defensive contributions, and he's a CM majorly. He's in the top 69% for goals. Obviously, he will grow to that. Aerial duels. He's not a tall guy, so he can't win. Clear chances created. He's the top 73% of midfielders. His age and in his position. Bro, let's not sleep on this guy.
Yeah, Eddie is telling me to name 5 defenders better than Maguire in the top 6 clubs in the PL.
Yeah, I can name. Don't worry, I'll help him. See, in as much as we don't like Arsenal, Gabriel Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes are better.
Top, yes.
Because if they are not better, they won't be top of the league.
Yes.
Let's go to Manchester City. Yes, McGahey better. That's why McGahey will make the England squad and he won't. Let's skip United. Let's go to the next team there. Liverpool. Well, no, I don't rate them. Anyway, I don't even rate their defenders. The defenders are not good. Who is fourth? Aston Villa. Ezri Konsa is good. He's a good player. Let's not sugarcoat it. He's quite young. Yeah. And he's making the England squad ahead of Maguire, even when Maguire was going a bit off and on. Let's go to Chelsea. They don't have good defenders. We'll skip them. Next team. Just give me one quick sec. I'll get to all the teams.
Van de Ven and Romero.
Van de Ven, Romero.
We are going too far. We're going too far. We're going too far. Let's go to Brentford. Brentford have Pinnock, Van den Berg. Van den Berg particularly is better than Maguire. And should I tell you why I'll say he's better? The best ability is availability. How many games has Maguire played this season? These guys I'm mentioning have played so many games. They played over 2,000 minutes this season. So what are we talking about here? If the players were not good, they will not be in the top 6. That's the fact. And let's state it. I mean, Aston Villa, for example, look at their squad. This Aston Villa squad, you don't play with it, especially Ezri Konsa and Pau Torres. Pau Torres was going to come to Man United from Villarreal. Come on, guys. Eddie, you've not mentioned Oscar Guardiola. No, I didn't go there. He's injured. I'm just using players that are playing now.
Oscar Guardiola is way better than. In fact, even in the club, it's just that right now United fans might not trust them, but I would have a pairing of Len Yoro and Aiden Heaven rather than having. Yeah, in fact, Martinez, Lisandro Martinez is better than Maguire.
Let's not argue. It's just the truth is what people are already saying is that Maguire has the height, he can defend the box, and no problem. But when you see the facts, call it Maguire has passed his prime.
Yeah,
he does a good job, and on the Maguire situation, I could easily say, just give him that 1-year contract. He's going to be a squad player. We have a lot of games to go next season. When you need that aerial presence in the box, you can have him. So long as he's on reduced wages. Maguire is never a person that will come and complain about wages. But yeah, just for the fact that he's doing that, that's fine. But when you now talk about who is better, who's not better, this and that, come on, there. McGahey, we could have gone for 25 million, secured him. He's doing well at Man City. 2 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah, Murillo is better than Maguire. Nira is saying Murillo is better than him. Eddie is saying you have skipped quite a number of teams.
Deliberate.
Okay, let's go. Let's go for the top 6. Do you have the list of the top 6 teams?
I have the list of the top 6.
Then we go to the last topic of discussion today. Okay, number 1 is Arsenal. We already have 2.
Two. Magalhaes and
What about this Boscara? Boscara is still better than
Boscara is good. Exactly. I saw him yesterday.
Okay. 3.
No,
3 at Arsenal.
No, 2.
Let's give it.
Let's 2.
Boscara is honorable mention.
Okay. Man City.
We'll go with McGahey.
Okay.
And McGahey, and I know there's Vardiol, it's injured, but
Diaz
Vardiol.
Diaz is also better than Maguire.
But he lost form. We are talking. If you are looking at, he lost from this.
Diaz has dropped a lot.
In fact, Eddie, we are giving you the current list. We are even eliminating injured players so that you see how graceful we are being.
Nira, I see that you said Ruben Diaz, but Diaz has lost form. Let's just stick with the current players that are playing top form.
Yeah, so three of them. McGahey. Okay, United are third. So at United, Lisandro Martinez, although we said we remove him because of injuries.
Yeah.
Let's
go to Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. Konsa. 4.
Pau Torres.
Actually, we've just done the 5. From 3 teams, we've done 5. So Eddie, I think we've answered your question. Guys, our last topic of discussion. I don't want us to be here for 4-5 hours.
Yeah.
Iran, Israeli, and US war. We all know about it. Actually, I was having a chat with Casey regarding whether the gas prices, fuel prices have gone up. But there is a concern. World Cup is in the US, Canada, as well as Mexico. And some countries have reservations about their citizens' well-being while attending the World Cup. And the key concerns include immigration and safety, travel restrictions. We know that Trump has banned a couple of countries. I think there were a list of 53 or something, 50 plus countries that were banned. Geopolitical tensions, as we've said, US versus Iran, logistics and costs. A lot of fans have complained that the ticket prices are high, the travel, accommodation, meals, it's quite expensive. And then we have human rights concerns. So let me start with Casey reacts, then we go to Tanjay. I hope you remember the list. Casey, we go to Tanjay, we go to Awesome, then United talks. Should we as fans be concerned about this World Cup not happening? Because it's like the war is escalating day by day. Let's start with Casey.
I think the next couple of days is going to really, really answer that. Because why I said that is if you're following the war, few weeks ago, and the Strait of Hormuz was blocked, then Trump gave an ultimatum: leave or I bomb. There's one island where Iran, their power, I forgot the name of the island.
Is there oil? The island next to it.
Yeah. So the oil, they mine the oil there, and also their nuclear, the power for electricity is there. You know, these wars now have rules. You don't target some infrastructure, because if you target it, you just wipe out just like putting the whole country in darkness. But Trump is saying he's really going to do that if they don't open up. And Iran is saying he should do his worst. So today he gave them till Tuesday. Now till Tuesday, which is in 2 days' time. Imagine he bombs there. Iran might just finish the whole of Saudi and the rest, because that we just put like about 80, let's say 50 to 80 million people in darkness. Of course, Iran is not going to take it lightly. Now that will actually escalate the world. Fuel prices might go up to 200, 250, then will not start affecting. Nigeria might actually go up to 2,000, 2,500 per liter, So now if the war escalates beyond what it is now, it's not going to be a concern, because Iran is erratic. You don't know what they're going to do. They might actually target a plane going to, if you're taking people to the World Cup, they'll target your they'll target your flight in the mid-air and throw bomb, But if it stays as it is, I don't think World Cup is a major event. It's a big event, it's a major event. So I don't think for now it's just the next couple of days we'll see. But for now, it's not an issue. Trump has actually said that Iran players can play, but of course, those people are, and the kind of patriotic spirit they have for their country. Some of them are saying they won't come and play. They won't play that match in US. But If Iran doesn't play, I don't know. They can add Nigeria to the list. We're not fighting war. They can,
What do you think?
You want to go
they
to
can,
the back door.
yeah, they can substitute us. We don't mind. We don't even want to come there. Our players should just go. Let's just watch them from our team.
Tanji, what do you think about this?
You know,
Will this escalation
I don't
affect the
think
World
it
Cup?
will, for now. I don't think it will, except the war goes beyond what it is now.
Okay. Tanji.
Okay. Okay. Football is one thing that unites people, no matter the color and how. I'm very sure many of us here on this podcast, one thing that is very common, a common factor is football. Before knowing, okay, you're a Manchester United fan, so the same thing goes for the World Cup. Regarding, I saw Trump's tweet saying Happy Easter even to the haters, and to how Trump does not send anybody, how he can talk anyhow. And the World Cup is coming, and your country is hosting it. And you want to imagine, do you think Iranians will want to come and play in that World Cup? I'm still wondering why they've not backed out. But if something is not done about this whole situation, the crisis is affecting the world economy already. Even it's affecting each developed country and non-developed country. It's a global thing already. So something needs to be done. Like Casey has said, by Tuesday, we are still hoping. And if nothing is being done, you don't just be surprised that Iran might back out, and other country that allies to Iran to might back out, because we all watch American movie, we watch foreign movie, we saw how this thing portray when you are in their soil and they feel you are vulnerable, they can get you from there, and nobody wants to play in the trap of, because of World Cup, I lose guard myself, I feel so vulnerable, you get. But still and still, football unites us. If we are going to play that football with one spirit and one mind, everything has to be even. Not that you feel like you're coming to a ground which one other person feel like is an upper hand, and you are conscious of what is around you, not in the game itself. And we just want everybody to give their all and play the football, and everybody is happy. You get. I guess that's my take.
Awesome. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel Trump knows what he's going to do, and we've known him to be a man of action. And when that time elapses, we will surely see him take actions. But to be very honest, FIFA taking this World Cup, hosting it in this region, doesn't really make it quite interesting, and the kind of atmosphere that is even surrounding the World Cup has not been it, to be very honest. And I think since the Confederations Cup, it has drastically brought down that expectation and everything. To be very honest, it was a wrong location at the wrong time. So we see what happened and what on us. Because I actually read the news, like, for every football fans going from some part of Africa, they have to pay 15,000 as bond, which it doesn't really make sense. And we've not even talked about the ticket prices for group stage. There is the fewer prices of match ticket is like $2,500.
Yeah.
But we see what happens.
United talks. It's on your home ground. Will you jump the fence? Will you?
No, man. Like, guys, like the World Cup.
Will you? You know, Africans, we have this habit of sitting on floodlights to watch the game in a stadium.
Yes.
So
yes, climb the pole. Yeah, but
yes.
Yeah, guys,
and
man, like this World Cup thing, it's a big issue. Everybody's scared. Everybody's worried about, like, I was even thinking about it the other day and having a conversation with people at work. In Canada, it's not looking like the World Cup is happening because you can only see that the World Cup is going to happen in the stores. They're selling merchandise and stuff. But like even in the BMO Stadium in Toronto, I drove past there on Thursday. There's nothing really happening. Like, it doesn't look like this. They are constructing. BMO Stadium is where Toronto FC plays. It's like nothing really happening. Like, it's not looking like that place is going to be busy. And where that stadium is is one of the most populated places in this country. One of the most populated. Over 2 million people live in that city where the stadium is situated. So there's another concern. There's going to be concerns about immigration, where when people come, people not leaving and all of those things. There's going to be an influx of people and all of that. Then with all of these things going on with Iran and all, it also adds to it. Now, what I found out yesterday is that the way these World Cup tickets are priced, they are priced like the Super Bowl. So the final, to get a ticket in the final for the seats that are kind of closer to, they call them tier 1 seats, we're talking somewhere around $11,000 to $15,000.
Whoa, US dollars or Canadian dollars?
Both, bro. Like if you're looking at, if you're buying it at 12,000 US, that's like about 14, 15 Canadian. So
not black market.
Not black market, bro.
So you now know how much to be resourced on the black market.
So imagine you have to. So this World Cup, you have to start saving from like last year to get it. Right? There are some people that will get priority tickets, like because I joined because I did a training in Canadian coaching. I joined a platform, and on that platform we can kind of have access to some things. So I'm still looking if I see and all of that, but there are draws, and then there's also the people that will buy the tickets and then resell. So all of those things, those factors. So it all boils down to, there's a whole lot going on right now, and the war going on in Iran and all of those things kind of threw a spanner in the works in the plans for the World Cup, because people are going to be skeptical. There's going to be like the ethical issues. There's going to be like, all of the things that surrounds it, and it's not looking good at all. Then let's not also forget what's going on in Mexico as well. That also is factoring. So all of those things, are people going to be guaranteed safety when they go in there and all those places? Then there's also scams going on. I'm just saying this for the viewers. There's scams going on with people buying tickets and getting charged, and then apparently not getting the original tickets and stuff. It's already going on right now. Somebody bought a ticket at the FIFA website, and FIFA sold them the tickets, sold them 2 tickets, and charged their account when they actually wanted one, right? Ooh. And imagine buying a ticket for $9,000 and you're sold 2 for $18,000. So it's like, a whole lot, and people are going to go in debt just to watch World Cup games. That's the problem.
In that case, we'd better pay then for DSTV Premium.
Bro, I agree with you. Just pay for a subscription somewhere and watch the game.
Prestige. Yes,
Prestige. You pay for that. Because also something else that yes, or something.
I said DSTV Prestige is about over 800K a year in Nigeria.
800,000 naira.
Yeah, you get access to watch all footballs. They show League On, they show Saudi Pro League.
Oh man,
among others. Yeah, you know these people bought DSTV late last year, October. This French outlet, Canal Plus.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, they bought DSTV from MultiChoice.
Yes.
Yeah,
the deal was announced, I think, in last month.
October.
800K to watch football.
They started actually
minimum wage is 70K.
And you can't even pay for it in a year.
Yeah. So ideally we are talking about someone's yearly salary to watch a 90-minute game.
For a month, I'll be 800K per month.
By year.
Okay.
You also connect your secondary decoders, like the ones you have in your other living room, in your
the
bedroom.
extra view.
Yeah.
Should I give you guys a trick? Maybe I don't know. People can actually come together. A whole community can actually come together, put that money together, pay for that yearly subscription, and then they will now have a multiple streaming platform, multiple decoders, and they pay less.
Yeah.
If you just
like,
want
like estate people now, even Starlink, like Starlink, I think that's what they do. They just do
buy one and spread it across. Yeah.
But it's crazy because if someone is paying up to $15,000 for a ticket just to attend the match, they haven't included travel. Of course, fuel prices going up means air tickets will go up. Accommodation is an issue. Meals, it's an issue. So you're looking at someone spending their yearly salary just to go watch one game.
Sorry. I think why some of the reason I personally think for the prices is now they're trying to make football like you mentioned Super Bowl. Halftime that we know normally is fans will be chanting, making noise. Now they like halftime performance. They will call one of these big artists to come and perform.
So halftime usually is fans will go out, go to the concourse, buy stuff, eat, come back. But now halftime show is a whole show.
The whole show. So you have to pay the artists, and this artist they might charge, So that would be just like you're coming for a concert, everything inclusive, football.
Just if guys want to be entertained, I mean YouTube is free.
And imagine France, imagine Argentina Portugal final, and Portugal is like leading first half 3-0, and I'm from Argentina. How will I be enjoying the music?
What kind of scenario is that?
It's not a good scenario, but there have been now going to the qualifications. There have been quite
in that situation, the security officials need to be on guard because they will be doing a lot of settling than being entertained.
But it's unnecessary. I mean, even in
the football. I try to bring a lot of
I remember there was a rumor that the Premier League Limited, PL Limited, and the FA were considering the same model, having halftime shows. You remember the pilot they started with having halftime interviews, of which I'm glad that we don't see them. It's like they abandoned the project midway. Also having like training ground footage. It's commercializing the football to a point where it's like the other day we saw United being denied a penalty. Then the panel, what is it called? The KMI panel come and say it wasn't a penalty. It's like they are trying to make sure that the commercial deals are running. The other day there was a discussion in the parliament that there are a lot of betting firms supporting sports, and when you look at it, it's not a bad thing having betting firms pumping money to the sport, but you are getting to those lines of what if there is match fixing because these betting companies are pumping in a lot of money, because some of the games you watch them, it's like match fixing. For example, yesterday I watched the Southampton and Arsenal game. I couldn't believe what I was watching. It's like Arsenal already knew they are going to lose. Okay, fine, we are happy they lost. But looking at that game, guys, if we are serious, is that how Arsenal play? Can Arsenal really lose to Southampton in that way?
UKG, did you watch Barcelona Atletico match?
Oh, that one
yes,
was worse.
I did. It was worse.
Do we know that that was pure robbery?
Yes, it was. Yes. So anyway, based on the World Cup qualifications, a big name has been eliminated, and it seems that the team was cast because Italy, once again, are not making it to the World Cup. What's going on with Italy?
Wow,
the issue is bigger. The issue is bigger than what it is. It's actually from the roots. It's deeply rooted in their culture, and I think Roberto Baggio came out with a 900. I saw that article and it actually makes sense. 900-page article on how to rebuild and refine Italian football, and they didn't let him, they didn't make it materialize. So I can understand, because Italy has not developed any player that is outstanding in the world right now. Let's take a look at it. You see Norway, over the years, they've been having average players. Now they have top star players like Haaland and Odegaard and the likes. Yeah, you have Denmark. Denmark didn't qualify, but they have really top players. You have Sweden. Even though Sweden, there's a backdoor. It was a backdoor entry. They got in. In the qualifiers, they literally had 0 points, and then they entered through the backdoor via Nations League, which is okay because the Nations League was instituted for that. Sweden has top players, Gyökeres and the likes, Elanga, Isak, and all of that. Lindelof, these are top players. You look at all the other teams in the World Cup, and when you look at that, because I'm looking at the World Cup grouping right now, right? And when you look at that, Italy is one of the teams that they've not built a team from ground up. All they have is multiple star players put together. I mean, in this day and age, in 2026, Moises Kean is your top striker, is your highest goal scorer. In this day and age, 2026, you look at Brazil. Brazil has been building players from time immemorial with their league, right? They use their league. You see that in the Club World Cup, their players in their league showed up, right? Let's look at Switzerland. Slowly, they've been dark horses for a while, but they've been building from their league. You look at players like Ecuador, teams like Ecuador. Ecuador have been doing a good thing, building their team. Tunisia, obviously, we knew from the African competition. Colombia, Spain, right? But what stands out is
Scotland
Italy.
as well.
Yeah, France, Portugal. Portugal have a group of players that have been playing for the last, if I'm not mistaken, 10 years together. So anybody that joins in automatically just fits in like a glove. Awesome released a video and I was talking about Trincao scoring a goal. Like Trincao has been there from time, even on the bench. Bruno Fernandes in the under-21s for Portugal. I remember him those days, and then he got embedded into the team. Now he's the leader of the team. So you look at these teams; they've built teams from their grassroots. But Italy, they only put together star players. They do typically what Nigeria kind of does somehow. They put together star players, and then eventually they want them to now gel. Then they go and bring a coach like Gattuso to say, okay, coach this team to the World Cup. This is going to be the 12th year since they went to the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
So Roberto Baggio came out and said, we need to build a striker. We need to revamp the entire youth system and build a team that will last. Tunisia is in the World Cup right now because they took years and years and years to build their team to get to where they are right now. That's the thing. So that's what's actually wrong with Italy and why they're not able to make, the World Cup the last 12 years. You only see like occasional one player, two players. The rest, 25, 27, 28 years old. They've been there a long time. But no young boys coming in to be blooded in. So, yeah.
So, guys, I think we are done. Let me read some comments. We can choose to react to some of them. Nira is saying QuickFi and SportsFi is free.
That's why I said calm down. I know why I said calm down.
But this is what I'll tell you. There is a petition by broadcasters. There is I don't know which court they went to, but there is a petition to actually start jailing guys. I'm looking for the legal term. Prosecuting.
UKG, they've been doing it. They've been doing this for
in the UK. In the UK, they do it a lot.
They do it, but
that's why.
They prison people for it.
You see most of these websites changing domain time to time.
Yes.
So they've been doing it.
They've been doing it, but now they are pushing it to be across jurisdictions. So, for example, the FA, the UK government can charge someone in Africa for doing it. There was that discussion about it. We know that SuperSport in Africa have started going to countries and pushing for prosecution. For example, in Kenya, it's something that has also been discussed in the Kenyan parliament. And what I would advise guys to do is, as much as you use those apps, as much as you use those streaming sites, be careful. Be careful. Use a VPN. Try to protect yourself. I'm not advocating for you to use it. If you can afford to get a subscription, please do. The unfortunate thing is that Canal Plus buying SuperSport, they did away with Showmax, and Showmax was one of the cheapest ways to watch Premier League football. But be careful, guys. Be careful. As much as you're streaming those sites, I'm not advocating for them. I'm not hyping you to go there. I'm not advertising. In case YouTube want to demonetize me or TikTok want to block my channel, no, I'm not saying that. Premium is asking, but what are Americans saying about the ticket prices? Are they eagerly waiting to pay or what?
No, they are pushing back on it a lot. A lot of them are pushing back. If you check TikTok, a lot of them are complaining that the prices are too high. Some people just kind of, I mean, like, we've known that the World Cup tickets are out since 2 years. Somebody already said, "Oh, I have access to some channel, some platform where we can get tickets and all that." But then they're pushing back. A lot of them don't want to pay that amount. But there are some, these premium guys, I will use a credit card to buy a ticket, and then that's it, right? So
yeah. Tanjay, Eddie is insisting that United keep Maguire because he's saying we need Maguire until we are confident. We need Maguire until we can confidently say the depth is good, because Maguire will always show up. What's your view on that,
Tanjay, over to you.
What you say? I get that.
Yeah, he was talking about Eddie in the comments, talking about Maguire being part of the team because of squad depth. Until we are confident that we have the squad depth, we need Maguire in the team. What's your thoughts?
Maguire in the team, looking at what we have currently, left to me, if the board are working like the way they ought to be working, Maguire should not still be in the team. Sincerely, it's good when a player live on a high note. You get, he has done well. He has had that bad time. He has had that comeback, and we've all praised him for it. Yeah, he's a good legend, like an English player. But looking at what we have in the team currently, you have a Martinez that is injury prone. You have a Delete that just a back injury. We've not heard from him for a long period of time. Sometimes we heard that he's coming back. Sometimes he's back to the injury. You get, and you now have two young lads that are inexperienced in Euro and in Heaven. Yeah, they are prospects. They can play well. But where is that person that can come and give the balance? That is why you see Maguire hanging around. So the situation, so Manchester United board should have looked at it. Okay, we bought a Martinez that won the World Cup with Argentina. Anytime he's available, he's doing well. But you've known that he's an injury player. He's not once he's been injured in Manchester United. He's not twice. So what do? You go to the market. Manchester United have this problem. There's this cancer in United that we don't know how to replace player at the right time. I'll give you a list of players that we've not yet replaced. We've not replaced for a reason. We've not replaced Mata. And I can go on and on like that. You get, and you keep saying that this and this is happening with the club. So where are we? We will look at what we have. We will just do with what we have. Looking at Manchester United finances, United was talking about the amortization fee, the 192 million euro that we have to pay at the end of summer, which is still going to affect how much we want to spend in the transfer market. We don't have that money. We need the INEOS to invest like 500 million in the to us to even be able to spend. And from the direction these clubs are going, I think they are just going to invest mainly on the midfield and just partially maybe left back or winger. They are not looking at the defense. Have you had us being linked to one defender or so? Maybe if you had, you can give me the news. Let me read it for myself. So that defense is still looking at what we are going to have this next season. We are still going to have it in 11 Euro, Maguire, Martinez, Delete, Mazraoui, then hope our academy player that we can promote to join. There's one boy that I'm still looking at that is having the value of Maguire and Martinez. Maybe might look like promoting them. So Maguire is still there, either squad player. See in our defense, there's nothing like squad player because we have the people that should be started that are injury prone. So don't be surprised when you see Maguire, because he's the available person. You only start the available player. So when the people that when the people that it should be a squad player for are not available, then he become a starter. So that Maguire, they've given him a contract extension. He's welcome to play next season.
Yeah. Awesome. Premium 26 is saying, I'll say this for the record. I, for one, trust the board and I believe there is a plan.
Premium is just testing you, I swear.
United board, the plan. Something just dropped in the group. They released it in the Athletic about 2 hours ago. The Kopimino and Elliot.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry. We've read it. We've read it here. We've read it here.
I'm trying to read it for my system. The same thing
we've analyzed it. We've actually analyzed it for like 1 hour.
Yeah, we've read it before you came.
Kalanka,
you see
the blue tick. You see the blue tick. Kalanka gets the blue tick for me for this one. With pictures, screenshots. Must you bring a Man United fan, take him to the stadium and show him, oh, you can see that both of them are not fit. Like, it's there. Pictures are in this article. The person that graciously posted the article posted a PDF file. So you can actually zoom in to see pictures. My headphones are so annoying.
You see, one reason, I don't know why a lot of these people still trust this board. I think about 7 players left in the summer. How many did they bring in?
5 only.
3.
5. Oh, 3. Barry Dogu in January. Yeah.
Right. 3. I'm not even talking about the goalkeeper. Diego Leon was brought for the academy and all.
Yeah.
They only brought in 3 players. And like this, Sandro is leaving. Rashford is leaving. Malacia contract is expiring. Casemiro's contract is expiring. When Zexi is leaving, they want Ugarte to leave. 6 guaranteed. Rasmus Oyun 7. We are not ready for what is about to come. I'll continue to say this.
What do I know?
What do I know?
Yeah, what do I know? I like how you start your videos. You mentioned what you want to talk about, and then you say, "But what do I know?"
like, why are you putting us in the suspense? Also, is fun of that. All you will say is going to say this discussion. This is a discussion for some other time. Why can't we talk about it now?
No long thing. You know why? Awesome said something. You see that patience that we're lacking right now as fans. We'll eventually have that patience, and it's coming.
Yeah, Casey looks like he wants to sleep. So let me involve you in this. Nira, big up, Nira. Nira is saying, I think Yan Diomande will flop. That board should consider going for Ndiaye. What do you think?
Yeah, and Ndiaye is as a Premiership proven. But I think him and Cunha and Ahmad, if you really check, Diomande is more direct. We need, like, he offers something else. Personally, I think Ndiaye, Ahmad, Cunha, they a little bit of similarities, but Diomande is more direct. But what Nira is saying is that we've seen these things before. It has played out before. So promising, comes to the Premiership, and we just keep looking. And before you know, it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. We are still waiting for the development, and it doesn't come. And Manchester United don't have that kind of patience right now. So if we can go for somebody that is, at least we have seen what he can offer in the Premiership, the intensity, the physicality, no problem.
Yeah.
Another thing is only the manager to get. If you don't go and buy the man and come and say you should play in left back, very, very important. Or you understand, if you know that we want to buy him and want to play him, that is where he'll be more effective.
Yeah,
no problem. We'll change his wing or try to do something else.
Yeah, my worry is getting players from Dortmund, because the last 3 players United have bought from Dortmund haven't worked out.
From Germany, you mean?
Not Germany,
From
just
Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Okay.
Just yeah.
Oh
But
yeah, there was news
I
about
think Kagawa was ruined by injury though.
Actually, Kagawa, what affected Kagawa was the signing of Robin van Persie.
Yeah.
That affected him a lot because Kagawa was supposed to play as the 10, Rooney was supposed to play as the 9. But when Ferguson saw the opportunity to sign RVP, he said, well, I have to sacrifice someone. And then, of course, Moyes came in, didn't trust Kagawa. He started getting injuries. It didn't work out. So my Mkhitaryan, neither here nor he was like, you look at also Sancho, as Casey has said,
one season, half a season.
Yeah, so I'm scared about getting players from Dortmund. I didn't want to say Germany because when I analyzed why those 3 players didn't work out for United, it's more or less to do with the system of play, as well as the intensity of the Premier League. Because you look at how Borussia Dortmund play, they actually go for very specific profiles. They are more like Leipzig. They go for very specific set of skills. So unless United, as we said, unless a manager really wants that specific set of skills, then that player will come and struggle. One thing that I like about for a coach like Pep Guardiola is he goes for a specific set of skills, and that's what also Ferguson used to do. But for United right now, it's like they are trying to go for specific set of skills. So that's why I'm trying to understand the reasoning behind going for someone like Tonali and Elliot Anderson.
Specialists.
Because, if you go for them, they are specialists in their area. So I'm scared about BVB players. Honestly, I would go for Ndiaye because, as Casey has said, Premier League experience. So Isaac Mushanti is saying, my country, Kenya, will take 1,000 years from now to qualify to the World Cup. We are cooked.
We are cooked. Bro, say we are cooked.
And you're talking about Italy 12. Nigeria is 8 now, Abi.
Nigeria is 8, bro.
Did you see how Casey crashed out when Nigeria didn't qualify? We were actually watching the game with him.
I saw the crash out. The crash out was peak, man.
Casey was like, "Oh, what is this? Look at this! You see." Casey was mad. He was furious. So, now United talks. Let's finish with this. Manchester United needs to recruit ballers and technical players and quickly integrate. What do you think of that as we end the show?
For us to be able to get ballers and technical players that will be quickly integrated into the team, then we have to deal with prem-proven players. Right?
Yeah.
We need to get prem-proven players. In as much as these guys are part of relegation teams, we need players that are young. Like we mentioned Iliman Ndiaye right now, he's 26. By the time we sign him, he'll be 27, right? So that also takes away the whole age bracket of the thing. Yes, he's coming to his form. He's coming to his peak right about now. But then we need prem-proven players overall. I talked about a list of players I curated that I wanted to, Iliman Ndiaye is among them. Lewis Hall for left back is one. Mateus Fernandes, Sandro Tonali, Tanaka, defensive midfielder for Leeds. João Gomez, Livramento for Newcastle, right back. Malik Thiaw is young, centre back. Anton Starch at Leeds is another player I mentioned. James Garner, we can go back for him. He's a defensive midfielder. He's very athletic. He's all over the field. We didn't talk about him. Then you have Andre, Carlos Baleba, Adam Wharton, Morgan Rogers, Anthony Gordon. It'll be quite expensive. Murillo, Alex Scott, Kadioglu, right back. I like that guy. Good one of a right or left foot. Crescencio Somerville, right wing, left wing. He plays on the left wing as well. Then there's Sangare, defensive mid, and then you have Noah Sadiki. Nobody's talking about that guy. Now, these are all players that I looked at and I watched, and I can tell that, okay, these guys, they are playing for most of them are playing for teams that are in the top half of the Premier League table, so they can understand. I mean, it's so good to see that Mateus Cunha has come right in and fitted in perfectly. Mbumo, a bit off and on, but that's due to so many factors. So we need proven players that are technical to be able to fit into this team, and we need at least 3 or 4 signings, and they don't come cheap. So for me, I agree with what he said, what Nira said, but I mean what Isaac said. But I feel like we need to look at proven players if we're going to sign technical players that will be quickly integrated. But if we are looking at a long-term project, then we can still go for technical players outside the Premier League, more direct players like Yan Diomande, Angelo Stiller. He did really well when I watched him at the internationals as well. There are so many players out there. There is Lucien Agume, central midfielder, defensive midfielder for Sevilla. These are players that we can actually look at that can actually come and do a job, and they're not expensive. And also mentioned something, and I got really annoyed when he mentioned it the first time, and it was Ederson giving the green light already to Atletico Madrid. He would just raise the technical floor of the Atletico Madrid. People are sleeping on Ederson, and he's 25 or 26 right now. He's at the ripe age for a defensive midfielder that you need, that Manuel Ugarte can learn off, Menu can learn off. If you like, bring Toby Collier back, he can learn off, all those type of things. These are because the gap between the academy and the first team is wide. I cannot bring an under 21 player into this team and say to myself with full confidence and chest that under 21 player will just fit in like a glove. If I talk, somebody will come and tell me Shea Lacey has not been able to keep himself fit since the last time he got a red card. So we need technical players and we need proven players to be able to actually raise the floor of this team.
Yeah. For me, what I will say as we end the show is United need to have a plan.
Yeah.
You look at how other teams are moving. They look at a certain profile. They look at this is our way of playing, and they go for that profile.
Yeah.
United in the last decade have been going for names because they will sell shirts. They've been going for the likes of Zlatan, the likes of even Pogba, because their commercial value will be more. They will bring more money to the club. But right now, United are in a pivotal moment where they can't afford to go for names because right now names are expensive. I would rather we go, as I was saying, yes, I was frustrated with the fact that we are looking at players from relegation clubs or clubs that will be relegated. But that's a nice stopgap. You can build a team. For you to have a winning team, I've said this before. In fact, I say this, I think on Awesome's live on TikTok. I've said it in the big debate. You look at the teams that are currently performing well in the Premier League, even in Europe, they took 6 years to get where they are. You look at Man City, took 6 years. You look at Arsenal, took 6 years. You look at Liverpool as well, 6 years. Because it takes, you look at, let me use an example of Liverpool. Liverpool were going for players that you really wonder, why is Liverpool signing these players? You remember when they went to Southampton, it's like they wiped out the whole Southampton team.
Yep.
You remember the signings?
Van Dijk, Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even this Japanese player that they got to as well.
Yeah. You remember they also had that forward, the guy that did a bicycle kick versus United. They went for certain players, and those players raised the level a bit.
Yeah.
And then now Liverpool started getting world-class players. Yeah. So United, instead of spending like 100 million on someone like Elliot Anderson, they can go for Ayo Tanaka. I was watching the Leeds versus West Ham game, and Tanaka was a big factor in West Ham's performance.
You know, the amazing thing? That guy is like 27.
Yeah. They can go for that. I'm seeing guys saying that someone like Guimaraes is old. No. When you're rebuilding, you don't look at age, because Guimaraes can give you 3 to 4 good seasons. By the time he's getting to the 3rd season, you're bringing in another young player to shadow them. So right now, United can't afford to go for names. United don't have the money to go for someone like an Elliot Anderson.
Even a Carlos Baleba.
Even a Carlos Baleba. So what do? You go for those good young signings that are cheap.
The issue we find ourselves now was because we went for name in the past, and that is the reason why we are still paying a huge sum of money, trying to do commercials with this names player.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, United keeps struggling. One of the guys, I'll tell you, one of the model clubs that I like is Juventus. You remember when Juventus were relegated? What did they decide to do? They were going for old free signings. At the same time, behind the scenes, they are making some young signings.
Yeah.
And slowly by slowly, they went up and then they started winning the league. You remember they came for Pogba. He was 18.
Yeah.
At the same time, they had an old player playing with him.
Yeah.
You know?
Pirlo.
So,
he learned more from
Pirlo. Yeah. By the time Pirlo was being phased out, Pogba is now a mature player. So United also need to do the same. So, for example, right now, one of the best things that INEOS has done is having that back line sorted out, because Eden Heaven and Lenny Yoro are learning off of Maguire and Martinez.
Those guys are the future. Like for the next 5-6 years, that's the pairing. Left-footed, right-footed, centre-back, done.
Yeah. So the next phase is midfield. Striking, they failed a bit. They should have kept one of the experienced forwards. So United need to have a plan. We need to see a plan. They need to borrow a leaf from other clubs. Even Barcelona did the same. Barcelona are going for free signings, experienced, for example, Lewandowski, and then they started bringing in these youngsters into the team. By the time we are realizing Pedri is good, by the time we are realizing Lamine Yamal is good, who would have thought they would have gone to Leeds and gotten what's his name? Sorry, guys, I'm poor with the name.
Adama.
No, not Adama. This winger they got from Leeds. They are captain right now.
Rafinha.
Yeah, Rafinha.
Yeah,
Barcelona
bro.
went for Rafinha.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Barca signed Traore that period. They signed like 4 mediocre players.
Yes.
And then they got Rafinha and they just
people, like you are saying, they helped the team at that crucial point. They helped the team.
Yeah. So you get such kind of, for example, Joao Gomez, there is a report saying that he can be available for 25 to 30 million. Why not? Why not? Because Wolves are getting relegated. They can't ask for 50. You go there with 20, 25, or even 30, you'll get him.
And guess what? You pay 30 million, you amortize it over 3 years, 10 million per year.
10 million per year, exactly. So go for such cheap signings. Yeah, just go for cheap signings. There are also other clubs in Europe that have good players that are sitting on the bench and want to play. For example, Arsenal, we are hearing that Luis Skelly wants to move to United. Yeah. So what do? You don't think twice. Go for him, because Arsenal won't sell him for like 30 million. They'll probably sell him for 15, at most 20. So, and then the fans, as Tanje has said, as Osam has said, the fans need to be patient. You can't expect United to win the trophy, the Premier League trophy next season. It won't happen.
Look at Premium's chat. Look at Premium's message. He said the goal. He told you the goal. So just keep that.
Yeah, the goal is to win in 2028. You shouldn't all forget. That's wishful thinking. That's wishful thinking.
That's what Omar Berrada told us, right?
Yeah, so that's wishful thinking. Anyway, guys, make sure you follow all these guys on TikTok. Casey Reacts, United Talks Podcasts. Awesome always has lives, I think every day at 8 p.m. Kenyan time. That should be like what, Awesome? Whenever you go live, you always go live consistently.
That's 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Most times.
Sorry?
6 p.m. Like 6 p.m. Nigerian time.
Yes. Also, make sure you follow. Yeah. Make sure you follow Tanje FC as well. We were live across multiple platforms: UKG, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, X. We also went live on X and Kick. We were also live on United Talks Podcast YouTube channel, Facebook page as well. And I almost forgot. Casey, where are your thumb reactions? You have to congratulate someone, man. You have to congratulate someone. Where are your...
Casey, why did you stop giving
exactly?
That's true. What happened, Casey?
So the other guy red in a white cap or cape has had a very huge milestone on Facebook, on YouTube. Congratulations, United Talks Podcast. That's a
congratulations, boss.
Really
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, the community is growing. I think you said you had 16K on Facebook.
16K on Facebook shocked me, bro. Like 16K on Facebook, 7K on TikTok. And TikTok is thanks to like these guys here, Sanjay and Awesome and Co. Like even for you guys, like when somebody just shares your stuff or reposts your stuff, it does a whole lot. It makes you feel like you have value to give. I used to boast about arguing with top journalist. Well, is it top? Maybe he is. What's his name? Nathan Salt. I went to his page and I argued on a whole long thread with him. So these are the things that keeps me going.
Yeah,
I have conversations with people outside. I come back in and I think about it and I come up with a video. And then to now see that for something that I started, just by chit-chatting, and then now we're at 7K, heading towards 10. We're almost at 3,700 on YouTube. It's like, I don't take all of the whole support for granted at all. So I really appreciate you guys as well.
Yeah, welcome. So make sure you also give United Talks podcast a follow. KC Reacts, Awesome FC, Tangier FC, UKG, or United Core Ground. Nira is asking, when's the next live?
Yeah, bro. This kind of live, it doesn't come around easy like that. It takes a lot of planning.
Yeah, it takes a lot of planning because we have to check the time. For example, KC is already tomorrow. He's already in.
He's ahead of us. He's on Monday right now.
He's on Monday. Myself, it's 11.
So borderline.
11:30. Yeah, I'm already here today.
Then Tanjay and Awesome are basically in borderline to like 10:37. Yeah. And for me, I'm still like in the afternoon, like I'm at past 4 right now, to almost 5.
You are chilling. United, don't worry, you are chilling.
So to try to get the time for everyone, I think we'll just be going live on Sundays every 2 weeks. Actually, we say we'll be having the debate.
Sunday is fine.
Every 2 weeks on Sundays. And guys, United Talks and KC Reacts. Are you ready with your reaction, KC Reacts?
Yeah.
We need to clap for these two gentlemen. Their first time on the live.
Yeah, and, bro. Thank you guys, man. Cheers, man. Cheers
welcome. Yeah, receive apologies from Kimi Apps as well as Fred, United FC. Fortunately, they couldn't make it. So I need to release you guys. Casey needs to sleep.
I need to jump on a family call, so we're all good. I need to jump on a family call right now.
I'm sure Awesome and Tanjay need to take their dinner. So, guys, until next time, cheers, God bless, and bye-bye.
All right.
Thank you for having me.